Boy, is we live? Is we live? Yep. Good to go. Sorry, y'all. I'm just a couple minutes late, but something happened as I was sitting down. I got a notification. I didn't look into it yet, but boy, shit about to get real. Anyway, we about to go ahead and kick this thing off. You know how I do it. Friday Night Lights, the 1st of September. Man, listen. Time sure does fly. When you're having fun, you're getting your ass kicked. We gonna talk about that and more. But first, as I always do, baby, new music. My dog, Salt Life. It's called I Love My People.
I got a mission out here, man. Instead of tearing down my community, I feel I need to rebuild. I love my people out here with it. I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of places. I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of places. But nothing can compare when our culture give them hell. I got love for my people, I got love for my people. Like fuss a fight and kill, but still I love my people. Still I love my people, still I love my people. If it's up, but bro, I love my people. I love my people, I love my people. They wanted to rebirth, they been calling my name, say the world ain't the same. I need it more now than ever, man. If we race divided the population in our nation, disgracing the reason we fall in them shackles and chains. But if they give us what they owe us, I bet you nobody complain. We some praying people leave, but we need to contain. Off my hiatus, been chilling with battle rap. Re-envision my structure within the map. My divorce really killed me, but I came back stronger, no longer a slave to a fate. That it's a new soul, but I haven't been sprinkled with season. The reason I'm legend, I kept myself in the jar. No more holding it in, I'm unleashing everything from deep within. And what I'ma kick is knowledge. If you like it, you like it. You don't, then it's not a bother, brother. I keep it moving forward, and I stay in my lane before I was off the chain. If you know a little about me, I took a hard road, never wanted it easy. Took a few years to clean up. I traveled the more, it was dirty and greasy. I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of places. I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of faces. But nothing can compare when our culture give them hell. I got love for my people, I got love for my people. Like fuss a fight and kill, but still I love my people. Still I love my people, still I love my people. If it's up, but bro, I love my people. I love my people, I love my people. It's been about 8 years since I really been out here. They welcome me back with open arms. When I had to go turkey and lit up the stages, I gracefully gave them that southern charm. I was strung out on Molly, the music I produced was dangerous, more than a lyric bar. If I said it, I did it. That rapper kids saw they really been going too far. I was a menace, a terrorist, starving and shooting. Stay out all night, black and mouse, more producing. Now I just wanna give my kids the protection to keep them from using. I wish to give back to my people by any means. The streets of business opportunity. When them jail bars take you to your knees. Reassess the reason you really dream. Forever remain a G. Can't escape what is real as a man, and you better stand when you fighting a good fight. Know them people be lurking, they hate when you're doing right. The world done changed, bro. It ain't like coming up in the 90s when people know. Now they scared to get hit when I pull out a gun and we all falling victim to killing each other. I've been around the world, I done seen a lot of places. I done been around the world, I done seen a lot of places. But nothing can compare when our culture give them hell. I got love for my people, I got love for my people. Like fuss a fight and kill, but still I love my people. Still I love my people. Still I love my people. If it's up, it's up, it's up, but bro, I love my people. I love my people. I love my people.
I swear, y'all might get on my nerves, but I still love y'all. Y'all still my folk, man. Y'all still my motherfucking folk. One time, man, your boy DJ motherfucking Protocol.
DJ Protocol
checking in the building. Hold up, man. Let me put my let me put my sexy mug back on this thing, because I done messed around and forgot to put my sexy mug back in this thing. What's up, folks? Your boy checking in live, man. You see, I done had to break them back out, bro. It's about that time. I done had to break them back out, man. Homecoming here. The flags got to fly. So, yeah, man. I'm here, man. Appreciate you for checking out another edition of Friday Night Flights. Make sure you hit that like button if you like what you hear, you like the content that's being put out. Hit the share if you feel like somebody else needs to hear this good message, and subscribe, man. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Rumble. I'm sorry, it's not Twitter no more, it's X. My bad, Elon. Don't demonetize me more than I'm already like demonetized, dude. Mr. Musk. We gonna talk later, because I still want my internet radio station back, bro. I don't know why you took it, talking about spam, but I mean, like, bro, what's wrong with me live posting, because I can't say live tweeting anymore. What's wrong with me live posting the artist that's being played, bro? Like, I can't say now playing Smooth, Buried in My Thoughts on Rec Radio Savannah. Tune in now. Like, what's wrong with me saying that, bro? Like, I'm giving artists they shine. Like, they actually play. How is that spam, dirty? But we gonna talk. Mr. Musk, hit my line, bro, because we got some Anyway, y'all, a year almost gone. I don't know where the hell it went. I don't even know where the hell my money went, the way that these bills looking around this thing. Fuck around with BOUT. That's the motto for the rest of the year. Don't blame me. I voted for Trump. I ain't asked for these high prices. I ain't asked for none of this. I'm just out here. I just got to take it. So we gonna take it. And it is what it is. But yeah, y'all, it's almost Christmas time. I hope y'all talking to your babies and your family, and you letting them know that Christmas might look a little different this year, because this Biden economy ain't cutting it, man. It ain't cutting it. We gonna talk about it, because there's a lot of people that's finna get tapped with something. I mean, we gotta carry on full of ish tonight, bro. US dollar about done. They trying to force us in electric vehicles, but we on the coast, and flooding and electric cars, they don't get along. PPP, we got the people with the money with the PPP. They coming for the PPP folk head. I just want y'all to know they finna pounce all on you, because you tripped up, man. It was payroll protection, and if your ass wasn't paying no payroll, you might have got that money, but oh, you best believe them new IRS agents, if you thought it was a joke, he ain't hired them bastards for no reason. I'm just saying. Anyway, we gonna get in all that. Plus, I got a partner checking in from the Pope, man. My dog is doing some major moves when it come to these kids, bro, when it come to empowering them, giving them a different outlook, you know what I'm saying, feeding their minds, feeding their stomachs. And we know when it come to feeding their mind and their stomachs, man, that's a pretty hard jug to pull off in this city, especially to actually have these kids take in that nourishment and use it. I'm not saying that they don't, because a lot of kids that do. And bros touch a lot of kids that do. I be seeing the moves that he be making. I be seeing some of the family members that he link up with to make his moves. I see some of the kids that I know personally that's doing some of the things. So I'm like, all right, bet somebody else. Because, bro, it's hard out here trying to do it by yourself. And it's even harder when the same people is bouncing from nonprofit to nonprofit, trying to help the kids because they actually care. So I'm gonna let bros tell a little bit, because it's all about, you know, we Geechee. So we say I is we around here. So shouts out to I is we. Brother Mr. Truitt gonna check, excuse me. Brother Church Shoes gonna check in this thing. And we gonna have a little bit of knowledge about I is we and everything that he's doing out here in the community and what he wants to see and all that good stuff. So y'all, let's go ahead and catch flight, man. I got to go ahead and get us ready for takeoff. I hope y'all ready. Get your notebooks. All right, take some notes because you're gonna need to do that tonight because there's a lot of things coming down the horizon, and I think all of us need to be prepared for it. So don't say that Pro didn't warn you because you know Pro is always gonna warn you. All right, y'all. Welcome on board Friday Night Flights, man. Services covering everything you knew and some of the shit you might have missed. We clear for takeoff and expect to be in the air at any moment. This time, we ask that you please fasten your seatbelts at this time. Secure all baggage underneath your seat or in the overhead compartments. We also ask that your seats and your table trays are in an upright position for takeoff. Please make sure that all personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones, are fully charged or attached to the charger. Smoking is allowed for the duration of this flight, and drinks are heavily encouraged. Thank you for choosing Real Nigga Airlines. Enjoy your flight. All right, y'all. We in the air. Hope you got your drinks poured up, your blunts rolled, everything lit, because we got some shit to go through. First thing, how about Hurricane Idalia? Was that her name? Idalia? Hurricane Idalia, man, listen, she came through and she smacked Florida. Florida got some smacks, but Florida, they like the dick of the United States. They just hanging out there, so they just get smacked all the time when it comes to hurricanes. They had a nice little blow job. People got wet. Some houses got washed away. I mean, when she came to Georgia, man, she tried us in Savannah. See, that's why everybody was mad when we was on Mayor PP back when he was like, "We gonna have a curfew, nigga." Curfew. First of all, you got kids who got curfews and they out here still shooting up City Market. Who the hell you finna send out in the middle of a hurricane to enforce a curfew and you can't even enforce a curfew on the kids? So yeah, we was on his neck, man. We was pouncing and trouncing all on him, and he backed that up, and it was necessary because all I got was a few. I didn't even get no real limbs, no real branches. It was like some twigs, some little mini branches. I got a chair knocked over. It was crazy. It was like the hurricane. I don't know if y'all watched it, but when she came up across Florida, that backside opened up, right? It just opened. And the eye wall was just destroyed. So everything on the front side, yeah, if you was on the front side of that thing, it was ugly. Backside, like we was, I mean, we were blessed. So shouts out to all the old praying people in the city of Savannah, because y'all is keeping us well protected. I appreciate y'all. I don't know what we gonna do. Y'all gone and it ain't nothing but these heathens. Lord bless Savannah. We gonna be in some trouble. But that's all right though, because some of us midways, we gonna be the old praying people and the young old praying people. We gonna be all right. I think just bless us from above. That's all I ask, old folk, please. But all jokes aside though, although I am, being funny about what happened, we was blessed, but we just now starting hurricane season, y'all. It thing go all the way through November. And if you follow up with the climate change warriors, it could go into January. I mean, there's been a couple of years where we had some hurricanes that pop up in like December, January-ish times. So, be prepared. Don't drink the water. Put it in a damn closet, okay? Don't you bought it, put it in the closet. Just put it in the closet. And if you're smart and you do like some people do, man, just buy water. Just go in there and just buy cases. It don't cost that much. That's interesting enough. Bottled water is still fairly cheap compared to other things. I can get 2 Crunch Bars, or I can get a 24-pack of water, because a Crunch Bar is like legit $1.59 in the store. I don't know what the hell happened, but it's helping me on my weight loss journey, because that's my little guilty pleasure, the Crunch Bars, and the fact that them shits is $2 a piece. I leave their asses right where they at. I'm good. I'm gonna spend that $2 on a case of water. There we go. So but yeah, put the water up, put your candles up, make sure your batteries are together. Get yourself a bug out bag, people. I've been stressing bug out bags ever since we've been saying prep. Get your guns, get your food, get your water, prep. You need to be prepped anyway, because the shit going downhill. Based on the news that I got starting this right here, shit's about to go downhill. If you want to know what the news I'm talking about the fact that Russia just deployed the Satan II, which is a Russian nuclear bomb. They just sent that somewhere in the region. I'm gonna dig into that during the course of the show. But yeah, shit's getting real out here in these streets. So I hope you're prepped. All this give up your guns. We don't need guns. The devil is a liar, bitch. You better get your gun. You got yourself a gun. I got a lot of them, a lot of ammo. And I suggest you get on the team too. I'm just saying, because you're gonna need it. If you got a family, if you got food, if you want to live, you're gonna need to protect yourself. And I also suggest you take up some kind of martial arts of some sort. Know how to use your hands, because you're gonna run out of bullets. Because I know you don't know how to make bullets. I'm just keeping it real. You don't know how to make bullets. I damn sure didn't know how to make bullets, but I learned. Shouts out to my brothers on the other side of the spectrum. I appreciate y'all. And my partner told me straight up, you better get yourself some white friends. He told me, I already knew that. I grew up in the suburbs before I moved to the hood. My daddy already done put me up on game with getting some white friends. But then I had a young nigga, right? And he was like, boy, you better get yourself some white friends, boy. If you try to, you can play that game. Some of them might hate you, and you just got the shit. It's some black folk that hate you. You better get yourself some white friends, because they know some stuff. Shit, boy, listen, I learned how to field dress some shit. I know how to field clean some shit. I know shit. I like both. That's why if you look, I got Don't Blame Me, I voted for Trump. And I got the red, black, and green liberation, because I got friends on both sides, nigga. Fuck what you talk about. I don't fit in your box. Hey, I had to trip y'all out, right? I be flying these flags in my car. Savannah State homecoming needs to be on my tent. And that tent at homecoming, right, last year, shit was funny as hell. I had people who was dumbfounded, like, how do you fly both? I'm glad you asked. You want some low country boil? I got some chicken on the grill. Let's talk right quick. And I always broke it off with the very first thing before I even got into policy. So, everybody like to talk about Roger Stone. But Roger Stone, although Trump friend, when he was in trouble and they asked him for a pardon, Roger Stone was like, well, I don't want no pardon. The only person that I'm advocating to be pardoned is the Honorable Marcus Garvey. Roger Stone said that out of his mouth in front of the courthouse when they was asking him about a goddamn on pardon. He said, screw me, pardon Garvey. If Roger Stone came out of his mouth and said, pardon Garvey, them folk can't be too bad. And then there's more policies that went further on and further down. Yeah, Krav Maga. My brother is studying Krav Maga. And yo, he's advancing. It definitely will fuck a person up. So I suggest getting in Krav Maga, just like the Network Space Live just said in the comments over in YouTube. Shouts out to him checking us out over there in YouTube. If you're checking in, man, oh god damn, that's high. Bring that down just a little bit. That's hot. Oh man. Anyway, get yourself some white friends, man. They'll teach you a whole bunch of stuff. Get prepped. We're not out of the hurricane season yet. Stay on point. Get you some on the ground training, some hand training, some martial arts, and you'll be all right. Prayfully, with training and practice. What's up? You know what? I want to talk. Elections are coming. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there, because we're gonna talk about that a little bit with Brother Church Hughes, because he local, and I want to know how he feel about what's going on with this local election, because everything starts locally. All right. And Savannah, it's being said, and I want y'all to understand that this is the truth, and not just federally, but locally too. This next election is very, very, very important. You already see what's going on right now. We can try and hedge what's happening, but if you vote on the stupid side coming up this next election, your ass ain't gonna afford to live here no more. And the reason why I say your ass, because I'm gonna get me a couple $100s to pay my taxes. I ain't worried about no mortgage. I'm gonna get me a couple $100, $1,000, $2,000 to pay my taxes. If I can't, in the course of a year, come up with $2,000 to pay my taxes, then But a lot of you people paying rent when we were stressing on, you want the rent. Ain't gonna be good for you, pimp. Ain't gonna be good for you. You're gonna be renting a house that you ain't gonna do nothing but sleep and brush your teeth in. You ain't even gonna eat in it because you're gonna be you're gonna be working so much, you're gonna be eating in your car. You ain't gonna have time to eat. You're gonna shower, shit, sleep, and go. That's it. It's all about the elected officials. So we gonna talk about that because we gotta save our city. I love my city the way it is. I don't, or the way it was. I want us locals to take control. I want us to get back right. I'm tired of these West Coast, Northern Yankees coming down here, changing up the scene. This is Geechee land. This is Geechee territory. The truth be told, we need to get right and take control of our damn land because this is ours. All y'all want to talk about 40 acres and a mule. Y'all want to talk about special field order number 15. What about the fact that they gave us from the coast 30 miles inland, from Charleston to Jacksonville? You want to talk about some damn 40 acres and a mule? Nah, bitch, give me my land. This is mine. The Savannah Ports, River Street, Eastern Wharf. Oh, man, y'all don't want to get in this real nigga conversation, man. But I'm the traitor guy. Oh, he voted for Trump. Fuck out of here. I'm waiting for y'all. I've been calling for you, too. And don't nobody want to show now. Where's the people who was giving me trash about fucking with Trump? Where's the people on the other side who's so adamant? Come holler at your boy. Where my folk who, and I'm not calling you out being nefarious, but where's the people who've been hitting me up in my inbox or catching me out in the streets and we talking and you're like, hey man, I got to be real. You was right. I ain't gonna put your name out there, but the list is long. The list is long, and I just want to know, are you willing to come out to the people and talk? Are you willing to have a conversation? Because I promise you, as we gain more numbers and say, hey, y'all, you know what? I messed up. That wasn't right. It was not the right choice. I don't want to do that no more. I want to try this. If more and more of us come out and speak on this, we can change some shit. I don't care. Look, you can pick on me all you want to. I don't care. I got tough skin. Tough skin. And gonna get word. Nothing you do can stop me. I'm gonna keep going. It's just funny. My son got me watching One Piece. I'm definitely not I haven't been a One Piece fan. He has me into One Piece now. I don't know what it is, but little Monkey DeLofi. This is his name, DeLofi, I think that's his name. Anyway, he owned the egg, but don't tell me what I can't do. This is what I'm gonna do. And you can either get with it or you don't. Either way, but I'm going to do this. And I'm going to put my all into doing this. And I fuck with that. So me and my son got this little thing we're doing now. We're watching One Piece. He started with the YouTube one, and now we're deep in the cartoon. So shouts out to that. And don't be scared, y'all. Y'all step up and step out. Let's talk about it. Speaking about, let's talk about it, man. My dog been back there chilling in the back for a second, so we're going to go ahead and break him on up, man. Brother Church Shoes, We Incorporated 501c3. You ready to go, dog? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go. Yes, sir. All right. Well, folk, go ahead and bring him on up. The homie, Brother Church Shoes.
Man, good evening.
Let's have him, player.
Man, how you doing, brother? Man, this is I'm honored, man. You're doing a great job. This is beautiful, and you're good at it. More importantly, not only is it important, you feel me, necessary, but you're good at it.
Appreciate that,
man. So you get a round of applause from me, man, brother. Thank you. You got my full support.
Already, God, already. And same here, man. Like I said, you've been popping up. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing you everywhere from with number 68. You know what I'm saying? I've seen you. I think I want to say, I think that's when she was out there doing the when y'all were doing the eating with the kids.
Yeah. I do every Saturday, Dixon Park, across the street from Carnegie Library. I do a free lunch and learn program with the kids. City corporations, the restaurants have been very helpful. I think tomorrow Zaxby's, last week was Taco Bell, Mellow Mushroom. So I'm starting to get some support from the city, but it's really just giving back to the child I used to be.
Right.
The information that I needed, I'm providing to who's up next.
Right.
and it's multifaceted. So it benefits every sector of society, from the guys, because I'm really one of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
So it benefits the guys, it benefits law enforcement, it benefits the city, it benefits society in the whole, and it's needed. So that's what I'm here to provide for, for the ones that need the guidance. I'm here to give what I got and a little bit more.
Absolutely, man. First of all, I'm gonna thank you because, as I said earlier, man, this is what's needed. I've been PTA president of a high school. My oldest just got in high school, and I was PTA president in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Pre 2019, pre COVID. Helping with nonprofits like Savannah Youth Cities and just all these different organizations. And I notice how it's so slim with people actually wanting to have people join in and help them, right? Like getting people to come in and actually give their time for the kids. Cause like I alluded to earlier, man, these bills be bumping and
See,
people.
but like the these groups,
Mhm,
from the PTA to certain um household name organizations,
mhm.
are very click mentality.
Shoo, boy, preach it.
And not only are they click mentality, it's a bunch of people who are so far removed or never came from the
Mhm,
environment that they're so called, here to help or
mhm,
assist or whatever it may be. I
mhm.
went to the Congressional Black Caucus
Right.
and I had a conversation with the director of the Urban League. And I had to remind him that I'm looking in a room and nobody in this room looks like me. Y'all all my mother's age. I'm in my 40s.
Right.
And
Right.
y'all are my parents' age.
Right.
None of y'all are so far removed. I've never been a part of the struggle that our youth in the large majority go through. Y'all influence is zero to none.
Mhm,
So, sir,
mhm,
long as nobody in this room looks like me, everything that y'all talking about is fruitless. It
mhm.
means nothing. Y'all basically stealing from each other,
Yep.
because unfortunately, or fortunately, should I say, I have more influence than he has over these youth.
Come on now. Come
They
on now.
look with their eyes. So my plan is to make what I'm doing trendy, because we get everything is perception based in society.
Mhm,
We look with our eyes. Society, the media, and all the conglomerates have forced the people to think with their emotions and their feelings.
mhm,
Even though your heart is built to pump blood, it's not meant to think with. So everybody's thinking with their hearts, and they're dictated, and they're persuaded, and they're herded and cattled to move in a certain direction. And unfortunately, doing the right thing is not one of those directions we're herded into. It's not trendy enough.
mhm,
People do what's cool.
mhm.
So the plan is to make what I'm doing the trendy thing to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm. So I teach the kids. If I can teach the kids to clean a park when it's dirty, to
Mhm,
give the homeless some food, to
mhm,
think about the variables and the setups and the booby traps that's in front of you, even if it seems like it's what you're supposed to do.
mhm,
Understand the play. I see the don't blame me, I voted for Trump.
mhm.
I did too. Not really because I believed him, but because I believe the hustle.
Right.
I
Right.
believe the hustle. I understand the mentality of a bright ideal
Mhm,
and operating that ideal. So
mhm.
I knew he would have to do things for the people, because his crime takes the people being satisfied.
That's it. That's it.
So I don't mind if your crime leaves me happy.
Bars. Boy, bars. And that's where we as a people have to get, because like I understood, like you said, they've been led to think with emotions and to move with emotions. The only emotions I really truly care about is, did I make my mama happy? And are my kids satisfied in not needing anything. I'm not too particularly fond of the wants because, wants turn into a toy that's sitting in the corner, 30 minutes after playing with it, right? And never get picked up again. But are their clothes proper? Are they getting fed? When they hit that switch, does it come on? Is the water on, right? That's all I truly care about. My mama being happy and proud and my kids not needing for anything. That's it.
Now, those are my wants and wishes as well.
Mm-hmm.
But what I see is, like, I remember growing up, I know people in my family, people that's close to me, my mother's first cousins, brothers, these guys, they're mechanics. They own businesses. No one came through and taught us the things that we needed to know. It's not what I had. I had everything that I needed to be nurtured and loved, but it's the things that I didn't have. And I realized that it was people around me who had this information and didn't give it back to me. And so instead, I was influenced by the guys who in all actuality was 5, 6 years older than me, but they looked, the perception, the influence of society and music and this, that, and the other. So me coming from the inside of the belly, I understand those getting devoured. I understand their perception of coming into the belly. And a lot of people are so far removed or so focused on self.
Yeah.
And what I mean self is I mean my household.
Right.
If I'm only focused on my household and I don't mind walking past the kids while I'm walking to my door and I don't say nothing to them, I'm contributing to their negligence.
Yep, to the delinquency. Absolutely.
I carry that weight as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I got a chess. I do a chess. I'm gonna eventually start a chess club with these boys in my program.
Okay.
And I teach my critical thinking through the chessboard. And the first day I did it, I impressed myself. Because I implement different world lessons in it. Right. The first time I did it, I used Niger for an example.
Okay.
Of the consequences. And I go around the map and I use historical events, current events, because it's all cause and effect.
Right.
Booby traps, this, that, and the other. And the way that I broke it down with the chessboard and looking at all of them kids want to learn how to play chess because now they're seeing the consequences of decisions. And are you sure now you're a greedy little pig? You want to take my bishop because it looked like it's free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a technique of how we learn as a people. You said you was raised in an affluent mother-father home in the suburbs. Yet and still I know you was influenced.
Yep.
By the same things that influenced me.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny that you say that, because my dad was a street dude. He came from Overton, Miami, right?
Okay.
He moved up. He moved to, he joined the military, moved around, came to Savannah, settled in like the 70s, whatnot. And he went straight to the hood. Owned one of the hoodest clubs in Savannah. If any OG know about Sam Bowers, B&B Studio 7 in West Savannah, right? They know about it up until it burnt down. That's where he got dang on Ricky Jivens and all. During that time, they was going to that club. My pop stayed in the hood, though. Even though he had his family in the suburbs, he stayed in the hood. When I turned 12 years old, my pops was like, all right, you seen that? That's good. Now you need to come over here and you need to experience what the rest of your folk experience. So I moved into Tatumville. And I moved out of Tatumville into Summerside. And I went to Duran Middle School. I did a brief stint at Windsor, which was 1 year, my 9th grade year. And then I was at Beach. And I finished it out at Beach. So I had to walk, you stay in Summerside. Ain't no bus going from Summerside to Beach High. You got to make that trek down Clinch, and then you got to bus down Hopkins to the school. So I had to walk straight through Camp Park. There was days that Tatumville boys was walking back, to Tatumville, they ain't jump on the bus, and we had to deal with fights.
And it built character.
It built character.
And gave you it gave you an outlook on society
Yes. And that
and
was his
all
mission.
of the
Yes.
characteristics, the personalities. You
Yes.
got to see the world.
Yes.
So
Yes.
unfortunately, our kids see the world so early that by the time they're 15, because unfortunately, we as young black boys, we make our minds up when we're 12, 11 years old on what course we're going to make. And we don't understand how fully what the decision brings until we're 12, 13, 14, 15, sometimes 20 years later, you realize how far deep you have got from a decision you made when you was 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So if me, you, now it might be 20 kids in a program, 50 kids in a program, but if I can reach three, that three is going to reach.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets somewhere because everybody's not. Some people are just some bad motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes that's who you are.
Yep.
But everybody's not that.
Yep.
So the guys who are really that, they suffered from the childhood friend that they should have sheltered away from the life anyway.
Mm-hmm.
When they were 6, you knew he was different. You knew he was soft. You knew he was whatever, but it was no alternative for him.
Right.
So he's with the guys. He ends up telling on the guys years later. Those guys who are not really those guys end up doing the shootings because they're scared or they're trying to hurry up and make a name for themselves because they're not who they portray to be. They're causing the most majority of the problems, or the guys that's not really built for that life.
Right.
And it's those are the boys I'm trying to reach more than the city thinks that you can reach the killers. Some of these boys is meant to be killers.
They're meant to be killers.
You can't reach them. You need the friend that's next to them, that's so influenced, so in awe of them that they will do dumb stuff to be one of them when they're not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's more of the my thing with the city, and God bless the city of Savannah. I probably couldn't do this in another city.
Mm-hmm.
The recipe is right there for it to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so even the hiccups that go along, I know that this is the right place for it to happen.
There's no better place. There's no better place.
Some of the people in position are so, because they're puppets. They got demands. They got they're victims of their constituents, or they're victims of their donors, or they're victims. So they're trying to find remedies that do not exist.
Mm-hmm.
They're going about it the wrong way. They forgot to utilize the influence of whoever has influence in that community.
Well, I don't think they want to, honestly. I'm gonna let you finish, but just to throw some seasoning on that, little mama seasoning, as our fellow Geechee brother say. How else will they get elected? If they fix the problem, how else will they get elected?
That would get elected. See, because right now they don't even view the people for the power that the people have.
Mm-mm.
So they're lobbying to these different groups and organizations who perception has the influence, because they control so much, because the people have lost faith in either person, either party. Whatever they're saying, the people don't listen.
Yep.
So even when it comes to like Keisha, I met Miss Keisha, met her husband, he sent me to her. I tell her what I'm doing. She tells me she likes what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Well, if you like it, show up.
Right.
If you like it, you like what I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Come see what I'm doing and tell me you like it.
Right.
And when she walked in that park in those nice, pretty blue heels, those nice slacks, you feel me? Mm-hmm. And she walked up and she talked to those kids. That was the biggest donation I got of the year.
Right.
Not monetary at all, but I seen what cannot be articulated. Mm-hmm. That light bulb that went off of some of those little girls' heads. that spark in their eye of, oh, this is possible.
Right.
That right there meant the world to me. So it's like it's not few of those people who are vying for those positions that care enough to walk through a park. To you're forced to speak to the homeless. And participate and hear what their children have to say. That whoever utilizes the people, Savannah is still a predominantly black city. So the power is still in the people's hand if they use it. So you can still win the election and care at the same time. And try to find a remedy at the same time. If you know your people, just because you got the look don't mean you come from the flock.
Right.
And we gotta understand the power that we have. We're not utilizing it. We're fragmented into different political parties or different trains of thought. Instead of utilizing the power we have, we give it away.
And that's always been my mission on the other side of the aisle. Like, I have people who are on the blue side that get mad, and they look, that's their prerogative, but I work with a lot of legislators that is on that side of the aisle. They love me. They trust me. I am a legislative counsel to multiple people on the other side of the aisle, right? And I know, just like you said, they're beholden to donors. They're beholden to a particular class. I don't rock that way. I rock on the red side because I love my guns. The other side, they want to take my guns. All right. I'm on the side of the aisle because I want to be able to control my kids' education. I don't want some union person or whoever controlling my kids' education. I got a little girl. She's 2 years old. I have a goddaughter. She's in her teens now. I don't want somebody who can realize, oh, all I got to do is say that I feel like a girl or I'm a girl, and they're going to let me in this room. And then I'm in there with them, and you're still a man. So when you see a woman that looks good and you get aroused, I don't need that around my daughter or my goddaughter. I don't like that foolishness. So I got to stand with the people who are going to say, no, you can't be in there with them. I don't mind if they say, hey, we're going to take some money and we're going to build their own little 3-stall shower or something of that nature. I'm not a fan of it, but if that saves my daughter, if that's a remedy of saving my daughter or my goddaughter from this type of trauma that they're going to experience, fine, go along with it. I went to the Trump School of Business. I'm down with compromises. Either I can compromise or I can walk away from the table because I don't like that deal. It's either or for me. But I want to protect that, and I understand the social issues that do need funding. We're talking about these kids who I know don't have a parent at home, don't have the right person reaching out and pouring into them at home. But there's people like me, there's people like you, there's people who are truly trying to give them everything that they can give them, and we paying for it out of our pocket. We might get a donation from somebody who's willing to say, hey, here you go for these kids. But outside of that,
you might get it. You might not.
Outside of that, we busting down our own pockets. We budgeting our own selves on figuring out how we gonna do this to take care of these kids. So I'm for social programs that are truly going to reach to me and your bank accounts for that's taking care of these kids. So I can understand, when they come from those social justice situations, but how far do we push it? Oh, it's climate change, so you can't use a gas stove no more. Well, I only like cooking on gas stoves. So how you gonna tell me that I can't use it? And that's what I choose to. I ain't hurting nobody.
See, but like, this is also like, even though we look at it as political points of view, this is a continuation of evolution in America. America has always shifted from one age to the next, should I say. From the industrial age to the whatever age came next. Now we're in the age of AI. And the way that they're shifting, they have to use, because people listen to slogans and catchphrases, and that's why PR is a thing. So long as we can say it's global warming, it's something people can rally around.
Yep.
While my family silently makes a fortune in this paradigm shift from fossil fuels to alternative energy, and we're become the next Rockefellers of the next age. It's a changing of the guard, or it's really a coup d'etat of the ruling class. And what I try to think about is, I know I'm only a pawn in this game.
Right.
So I know no matter if it's my logic I'm leaning towards, or it's my emotions I'm leaning towards, I know I'm being manipulated. I know I'm fighting against what's next because it doesn't benefit me, or I'm fighting for what's now that never benefited me either.
Right.
And it's that inner turmoil that I have of knowing that neither side is really for me. So I'm more of a proponent of, we must do this for ourselves.
For ourselves. Right.
So that's why it's I as we. I too am a Second Amendment advocate and a freedom of speech advocate. But I know I'm not one of these guys who just so happens to be the grandchildren of Democrats. You know, and I'm not one of these liberals who just so happen to be the grandchild of Republicans. I know that all of that is a con. So I know that, okay, that means I need to focus on us. I know whenever we were at our best is when we were self-sufficient. From when you first started and you was talking about Field Order 15, we were self-sufficient. During Reconstruction, we were self-sufficient until they built the suburbs and interstates and ran them through the neighborhoods all over this country. We were self-sufficient. We had our own clothing stores, our own milkman, our own butcher, our own. We took care of self. Whenever we let outside influence, usually through the form of money or make-believe solidarity, we let that outsider come in, our mission always deters and goes off course, and we lose. So I know that we do for self or we remain fucked.
Yep.
And unfortunately, with me knowing that, I've got more assistance from white folks than anybody else at what I'm doing.
That's real.
And I know it makes no sense at all.
See, so I can say, being over there, because, you know, you make grand points when it comes to, I know these people particularly not for me. They're not on the same thing that I'm on. And there are plenty of those. I'm not going to deny that at all.
On both sides of the aisle.
On both sides of the aisle. On both sides of the aisle. But what I have found is, especially, that's why, you know, I call this for almost being politically homeless. I still got my room, you know, over here where I know.
Me too.
I know I got this, but it's like, because I want to build our own, as you say, self-sufficient people who understand our strife on whether it's the affluent side or whether it's the poor side, who want to be affluent, who want to have, right? I know that where I am, they don't understand that. I am the elephant in the room of elephants, right? Like, I'm the different elephant amongst all the elephants, because I know what's happening home. You know what I'm saying? I know where my baby mama's at. You feel me? I know where they from. I know who my I know who my classmates is, and I know what they going through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm out for that change, and I need these particular policies, because right now you're the only ones who are fighting for these policies. Until I can get these people politically educated to understand what it means to have our responsibilities as citizens for us taken care of, right? Until I can get them right, I need somebody who's going to at least hold up the line so I can have the proper regulations so we can start our butchers again, so we can start our bakeries again, so we can all live in the same community and neighborhood again. I need somebody to stand for those policies. And right now, this is the only defense when it's coming to protecting these policies. Do I think they're all, are for me and understand me? Hell no, they ain't.
Now listen, I think it would be, now this is the right Achilles heel. They're horrible at marketing.
But wait a minute. Go ahead.
They're horrible at marketing.
Yes.
Now, if I'm the head of the RNC, first off, it's a campaign to remind the people that this is the party of Frederick Douglass. First and foremost.
Yep.
First and foremost. See, but now I love Trump more because I recognize the hustle and I respect it. I know that Trump's years of being a Democrat showed him the blueprint on how to win an election. You pander.
Right.
You pander, you catch the ostracized, even if it's an imaginary. You find them and you give them their voice. So I know he's not Alabama racist. He's from Astoria, Queens, for Christ's sake. He kicked it with Puffy. He kicked it with Don King and Mike Tyson in the 80s. I know he did the thing with the Central Park Five. That was politics.
Not only was it politics, I every time someone brings that up, I always challenge them to actually read the article, because they get mad about the article, but what he states, he's questioning, what happened to our city. I remember when blacks, whites, Asians used to be able to walk through the park. Now they can't walk through the park. No, he says black.
Now listen, white, this was 1986, correct?
Yes.
Now let me explain to you about 1986. I come home from kindergarten. This is 85, 86. I walk home from school and I discover I have the only mother on the block that is not smoking crack. So you got to take into context the time and the era and what influences were beholden to Trump's perception of what was going on, because I lived through the 80s.
Right.
Seen it from a child's perspective.
Right.
I seen mothers not come home anymore. I got friends that was dropping out of school before middle school.
Right.
They had to fend for themselves. I seen the impact of the greatest catastrophe this nation has faced since chattel slavery.
That's why I say, listen, bro, thank you. Because I got some people who are going to be watching this, and what you said is profound in my argument for reparations. I don't give a damn about, although I do. Let me be calm.
Man, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Let me be calm. I'll say that. I do care about the slavery, right? Because that was an atrocity. But let's talk about the state-sponsored terrorism that was the release of crack into the black community in the 80s and the 90s. Because if it wasn't for the Iran-Contra and the United States military paying, or the United States government paying for their external military operations using this, we would not have been destroyed the way we was. However,
I'm gonna go even deeper. Now, if you look up 2013 to today, they use the same destructive policies that ravaged our inner cities. They just replaced Colombia, Nicaragua with Afghanistan, and they unleashed the same problem onto the descendants of poor whites. The poor whites are now ravaged by the opiate epidemic that I know derives from the war in Afghanistan. It's the same policy. See, but we think from the groups that we're placed in. So we look at everything from a me perspective instead of looking at it from the grand scheme of things.
Right.
And I see the reoccurring program and worked on them. Let me try it on them.
Right. And that's what they did. And that's what they're doing all the way through and true. Even with, oh man, I have a field day when white folk like to talk about Trump and the FBI, right? And I'm like,
they should have listened to us 50 years ago.
We tried to tell them. Yeah. So now I'm pointing. I'm like, oh yeah, that right there. Yeah. They did that to Malcolm. Yeah. They did that to Martin.
January 6th.
Oh, bro.
January 6th was a COINTELPRO.
Yes, it was.
It was the assassination of Fred Hampton.
Yes.
It was the same blueprint, the same playbook as Coach Belichick.
That's it.
I know what playbook he's coming with. He's been doing this since 96.
That's it. That's all that was. But they won't see it and I don't know at this point.
And that's my problem with the right. My problem with the right is they're so more inclined to believe the alternative versions of things until it comes to us. Even when the same thing that happened to us happens to them, they still won't acknowledge the fact that it happened to us.
Oh, they running
it's
with it now.
Our fault.
Oh, they trying to run with it now. Oh man, they little pundits.
But that's a trick for the votes. It's not sincere.
It's not. And you know, that was, I don't know if you've seen it. I was at war on Twitter this week. Got into it with Miss Sonny Johnson and a few other people because I'm out here, right? I'm in one of the blackest areas of Georgia, right? I've been the most vocal, outspoken black Trump supporter in this city. I wasn't even on Facebook and I was going viral because I was on the corner with my rifle and I'm telling people, oh, them police gonna shoot you. Them police. I'm showing you that the police ain't gonna shoot you as a black person with the rifle. That's my only reason for going out here on this corner or in these streets with my rifle, because I want you to know, wait a minute. We keep saying that if we as black folk had these big guns, they'd shoot us on sight. But
but now listen. I had this conversation earlier today. Now, you can thank the Savannah Police Department, the Chatham County Police Department for this, because Savannah is not the protocol or the typical U.S. city. I've lived all over this country. I'm actually a fan of the Savannah Police Department.
Right.
I've seen what bad looks like. This ain't it.
Nah.
This ain't it.
Yeah, this is pretty tame.
Now, be in the middle of Indiana.
Yeah. That may be a different story.
With your gun out.
Yeah.
On the corner.
Different story.
Be in Louisville, Kentucky with your gun out. And Louisville has a bunch of black folk. But that ain't who run it. You know what I'm saying? So like us as Americans, sometimes our perspective is so warped because of where we come from. We think that everywhere is the same. It's not. It's give me Savannah PD every day of the week.
Right. And they're so I've noticed how, for the most part, they're more personable, right?
They're really, because some of them don't come from that group.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm
You
not
know?
saying that we don't have no dickheads. Because listen, I'm
Oh
st-
yeah, you're gonna have some.
I'm looking. I'm still waiting for them to charge them for shooting old boy out there in Carver Village. I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah, you're gonna have some.
Yeah, yeah, but overall, compared to how we hear about overall in other places, we don't have that. And that was my mission, because again, I'm home and I can only take care of home. So I'm here to stifle out any negativity that can cause any type of powder keg here at home, because you got to take care of home first. And if we can keep home strong, right? We keep home strong, then maybe, as you said, I see Savannah as a blueprint, as we talking about the program earlier. This could truly be a blueprint, right?
Yes,
We
yeah.
can perfect home and show people that, Savannah is way different than anything else. And if you just look at how we do and all the different, I mean, we got dirt poor, homeless poor, super rich, uber rich, all in the same city, shopping at the same Walmarts
This
together.
is the only place I've ever seen in my life where you can catch a billionaire and a bum in the same spot, and they both ignore each other. The bum act like he don't see the billionaire. The billionaire act like he don't see the bum. You don't see that nowhere else in America. This is really a rare gem of the United States of America, understandably so.
Right.
But it is what it is. And it's our job to take advantage of what we have before we don't have it no more.
Right.
Because you look up in 15 years, the mayor will be from Shanghai.
Shit, the mayor already from goddamn New York.
Exactly, Yonkers or some shit.
Yeah.
He's from Yonkers, I believe.
Yeah.
You feel me? But you look up and SCAD would guarantee the mayor in 15 years is from Shanghai.
Yep.
So while we have the influence, we have the numbers, we have the power, the time is now.
It is.
To capitalize and to benefit and to become the actual blueprint of this nation that we have. This is where 40 acres and a mule comes from.
Yep.
This is it.
That's it.
I had an uncle land in March with Marshall to this seat. So I have stake in this.
Right.
You feel me? I got a dog in this fight.
Absolutely.
And I know, we know what the potential is. But unfortunately, Black folks, we listen to what is trendy.
Right.
We go with what is cool.
And that's why we make the trends and we make it cool. That's why we make the trends and we make it cool. Even if it seemed like we walking on our own. Because like I said in the beginning of the show, man, it was people who I know and I was alluding to them being on the corner, man, they trashed. They drugged me. They trashed me. Now it's a completely different story. Now it's, hey, bro, you was right. Hey, man, let me get a little bit of this. Hey, man, when the next time you going to have informational? When the next time y'all got a meeting? And then you got the people who, what led to the fight this week, they just there. It's just like we talked about some people who just going to be killers, and that's just what they're going to be because that's just what's in them. There are people who are not coming on the right side of the aisle. They have been told forever Republicans are racist. They ain't never did nothing for Black people and just don't vote for them. And there's a lot of people who like that. And that's fine. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm going to make it anyway. Shouts out to Whitney, those are some real bars right there. And we just have to take it for that. And I don't want, I'm hating the mugshot is going to make people vote for Republicans. No, mugshot ain't going to make nobody vote for them.
Hey, listen, the mugshot was really classic.
It was.
It's classic.
It was.
It's classic. What the guy is really brilliant when it comes to marketing,
yes, he is.
Promotion, the I am the anti-hero. the anti-hero that Batman is. See, what the establishments forget sometimes is that Napoleon's greatest fear was the people.
Yep.
He feared the people.
Yep.
He just seen the king and them get their head cut off by the people.
Can't go down that road, guys. No.
So Napoleon's biggest fear wasn't what's that white boy name from London? It wasn't Wellington. Wellington was not his greatest fear. The Haitians were not his greatest fear. His greatest fear were the people of France who never turned their back on him. Even when they ostracized them and removed him and sent him to the islands, the people never turned their back on him. So Trump utilized the people.
Yeah.
The people believe. Now the people are damn fools, and they were misled to run into that building on January the 6th.
Yeah, they was.
Because they didn't listen to us from the jump.
No. I was telling from when it happened, when he said it, I was like, yeah, no, yeah, guys, that's a trap. Again, me and you said earlier, we two-way all day. Listen, it's one thing I know about Washington, D.C. Your ass can't be in Washington, D.C. strapped unless you the police, all right? Nah, bro.
You're going to federal prison.
Bro, if my baby can't go, I can't go, okay? So I was like, nah, hey, guys, that don't sound right. They gonna trap you on that little island. If they wanted
but
to
he messed up
supporters, they can touch Trump supporters.
He underestimated his enemy.
Yes, he did.
And when he said that, the Palances of this world, they went in overdrive. Well, let's send the operatives out. The same ones that were throwing Molotovs in June, let's send them to rally the crowd.
Because all you had to do is put on a fucking MAGA hat and a fucking guy I love Trump flag, and boom, you automatically gonna blend right in with the Trump supporters.
They're all listen, but if you go to a Black Lives Matter protest in 2020, the first one throwing a rock is a white college kid. So you think he's probably an FBI agent that's 35 years old, but he's dressed in college attire, and so it's the same infiltration of 1972 Black Panthers. It's the same maneuvering, but the people are already trained to be on one side or another. So if I'm on this side, I'm not even listening to you guys over there. My thing is, I'm a lifelong conservative.
Right.
But if you look at me, that's not what you see.
You don't see it at all.
You don't see it at all.
You don't see it.
So they're not even listening to me.
Yeah. From them, they ain't looking at it at all.
No, they think I'm a liberal anyway. Get out of here, you Democrat.
Yep. Until you say something they like, and then and then
I'm mad that y'all like me, so then I'm going against you because I don't like y'all now because I know y'all don't like me.
I know you don't like me. Yep. And
then it becomes witchcraft.
Yep. Which we dueling wands, bitch. You feel me? We throwing out Wingardium Leviosa's and everything. We just shooting out everything at each other,
Listen, I found myself arguing with conservatives, even though I'm a conservative, because I know you looked at me and you thought something else of me. So now I'm gonna belittle you.
Yeah.
Because I can't be on your side no more.
Yeah.
Because you look at me as if I'm something other than what I am.
I am.
And that's your problem as well as mine. I understand. Man, I understand. I understand. Sometimes you got to get into it with your own base.
Yeah.
Because they look at you the way that you look like.
Yeah. And
then you got to get it.
Just respect me as it. You feel me? If you gonna look at me and take me in for who I am, and then respect it, then that's all. And either you gonna respect it off the gate, or once I get done giving you this proton cannon, it's all right. Yeah, I underestimated that. I can't even step to him sideways like that no more because he gonna bust off on me, and it ain't with it, and it's fine.
But it leaves you bitter.
It does.
It leaves you bitter
Yeah.
because now I feel like I'm a renegade.
Mm-hmm.
And pimping and hoeing, they call hoes who ain't got no balls a renegade.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So now I'm out here renegading because I'm not on nobody's side because I don't think nobody's on my side.
Right. Right.
Even though I'm most likely gonna vote to the right. Even though I'm most likely gonna vote for Keisha this go around
Mm-hmm.
because she proved herself to me
Mm-hmm.
more than anything else.
That's been the thing that I've had because I got a lot of conservative friends. I sit on the board here in the county. I actually got a position, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, real nigga got a position in there." And I'm in there on some. Listen, bro, if we got to vote for a mayor, I'm voting for Keisha, and it's because she's proved. Well, she's extremely left. Is she? When the last time you had a conversation with her?
I don't know if she is or not.
I'm me, and I love her to death. And she can come on and tell me at any point in time. Actually, I'm gonna have her on the show sometime soon, and I'm a dig more.
Man, I love her. She reminds me of my family.
Cause she is.
Cause
Cause
she
she
is.
is, bro. Like, and that's the only energy I get from her is family. So, like, when I hear far left, no, I don't see it because she be fighting against some of the stuff that's on the far left. Well, what about what about social justice? There are some things that it ain't the George Soros social justice you're thinking about. Have
No.
a conversation. The problem is we do not sit down and have the conversations with the people who we think are ops.
You want to know what she sold me when I first met her, and I seen her in person, and I opened my arms up, and she gave me a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't the her pervert, get away from her, you creep hug.
Yeah.
It was a hug.
It was that energy transference. It was that
It
hug.
was a man. Are you who my husband just? I'm like, yeah, and it was the interest. It was okay. Now, who are you? It was now I'm gonna need you, so you can use me as well. It was a man. I love what you're doing. It was the me calling her bluff, and she popping up like, nigga, did you call my bluff? It was the me asking her. Then were you always interested in politics? And her saying, no. I had a job. I lost it. It was political. And then it was one of those, if you can't beat them, join them and beat them to death. When she told me that, I said, are you one of us? She said, what you thought?
And I know they are, I know they hurt with me because I'm supposed to be in this race. I'm supposed to be in this race in November. I had decided in March that I was going to jump in the race. But then I started paying attention to the people getting in the race and the numbers that was getting in the race because I was going for the seat that she's vacating. I was going for post 1 at large. Well, it's like 8 people in there. There's 2 former aldermen in there. There's some other well-known, black sorority fraternity folk in there. And it's like, all right, I can jump in this, use my money, gonna have all the Democrats, because it's basically all Democrats running for it. I can have all them team up on me and get me out because it's going to a runoff. Post 1 going for a runoff. Team up on me, kick me out, keep me out of the runoff, and I could have wasted the money. Or I can focus my efforts on my podcast, on my nonprofit, and on my studio that I'm building over in West Savannah. Because I'm a music guy. I got an internet radio station. I got my festivals that we We give people the chance to perform and get their businesses and stuff out there. I can focus on all that, trying to take time away from that to go and talk about I'm trying to get in the office, knowing that these people finna be that'd be ridiculous. That would be the worst thing ever. Let me focus on me, and let me get my community right. Let me get the Motown of the South going. Let me bring back some real live instruments and musicians actually making real music so that we can have a different energy being pushed out of the city of Savannah. There's so many musicians here. There's so many artists here. Let me focus on them. Let me get them.
Hey, listen,
be that voice.
my father's a Motown guy.
Okay.
And he's born in Georgia as well as I am. I'm born in West Point, Georgia.
Okay.
Troup County. I was born on the same land my great grandfather was born on. We own the land since 1865.
Nice.
My father's a Motown guy. Sung with the Commodores, knows everybody in Detroit, knows all of Diana's in business and Smokey's in business. If I could tell you some stories that make you look at Aretha Franklin different.
I bet.
Listen.
I bet. Yo, Trey, what's good, Dirty?
It's the talent level.
Yeah.
That exists in us as a people.
Yes.
Is astronomical.
Yes, it is.
It's this city in particular. I'm forever grateful and honored to be a resident of Savannah. It's a different kind of vibe. It's a different kind of city in particular just because it's still, even if it's just the image, it's still ours. It's not many cities. Savannah's a small town, but it's a major city.
Yeah, it is.
Like this a major city.
Yeah.
Like this ain't a city that you can name to somebody and they don't know what and where it is. This is a city. And it's ours. And the whole concept of I as we is to make it ours.
Right.
This is something that we, like I told the Sebastians, like, listen, I can reach them. It take us to teach them. Never heard from them since. That's another story.
I'm going to say, bro, that's another story. Because listen, I am.
That's another story. But I ain't heard from them since.
Right.
But it's the gospel that I told them. But I can reach them. I still know how to communicate with these kids. They can look at me and tell that I was one of them. But if the we part don't show up,
I ain't nothing.
It's only so far the I part can take them.
That's it.
And that's my conundrum.
Brother, yours, mine, a few other good people. But we linking. And it's we're at a time right now where the lions can no more can no longer just roar at the sheep. We have to get with the lions of our flock, the lions of our pack, if you would. And we've got to toughen up, and we got to get ready for the fight that's amongst us, because it's coming. This fight,
yes, it is.
This fight is closer than people really think it is, and it's going to happen on this land. We are so comfortable thinking that nothing can break out on this land, like America cannot fall. And I'm here to tell you, people, that is far from the truth.
And it's going to come from sectors and spots where we're vulnerable at.
Yep.
And in America, we're vulnerable because there's nobody's united in nothing. We're vulnerable all over the place because everything's so fragmented. Far as currency, energy, just information. There's so many places we're vulnerable. I'm afraid, far as BRICS, Far as I know that up and coming superpowers must clash with ruling superpowers, and it's been as such for the last 3,000 years.
That
I'm
part.
a fool to think that it's anything other than what it's always been.
Mm-hmm.
And all of those things are being weaponized.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm afraid for us, for our children, for the pawns and the weapons and the miscellaneous firing practice that we shall become
Right.
if we don't realize what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my greatest apprehension
Right.
when it comes to the future, is that I see how vulnerable, how weak, how defenseless we have become because we become too fascinated with culture.
Right. Culture that really don't mean us not a lick of good, bro.
It ain't even ours.
Not a lick of good. It's only ours because we claim it.
Man, we don't own it.
We
We
don't
don't
own it.
own
We
it.
don't own it. We just claim it. It's
So
poured onto us and we claim it.
we're too busy focused on culture instead of what really matters. I'm afraid that if there's not enough use, there's not enough means, then it may be too late.
Right.
But then I'm faithful because I know better. I know that there's enough. I know that there's enough. I meet a me every day.
Right.
I meet a me every day. I might meet 20 other people, but I meet at least one me a day. And it's enough of us. But we gotta ball up.
Yeah.
We gotta make sure that our force is felt, or we're just in the way.
That's it.
So to make sure I'm not just like you, to make sure you're not in the way, you make sure that the people know what you're doing. So to make sure that the people don't think I'm just one of those guys in the way, this is what I'm doing over here.
And it's all needed. It's all needed. The Starship Enterprise. Everybody wasn't Captain Kirk.
Everybody,
a whole bunch of different people on that bridge holding different things.
It gotta be a Spock.
Come on, man. It's gotta be a Spock. It's gotta be a Scotty down there in the engineering room. You feel me? It's gotta be different.
You gotta have that black lady with the little skirt on. If she ain't there, I'm not coming.
Bruh, I ain't in the building. I ain't in the building at all. So, you know,
sure enough, if Shorty with the skirt ain't there.
Man, come on, that's the eye candy that got me to sign up anyway, man.
Listen, I tell people all the time, Joe Dumars is in the Hall of Fame. Even though when you think of the Bad Boys, you think of Isaiah. Joe Dumars is in the Hall of Fame.
Just do your part. Just do your
Play your part.
That's all.
Check Jordan. Check Jordan, and we gonna make it.
Come on, man. That's all you got to do.
And check Jordan, hit the three from the corner, man. We gonna make it.
That's it.
And that's what, like right now, I'm gonna honor you. I thank you. Appreciation. I love you. This is needed. You are great at this. I want to do this with you again.
Absolutely.
I want you to show up tomorrow at 11:30 at Dixon Park.
Okay.
Show up.
If anything, I'll pass through. If I don't make it tomorrow, I can definitely do next weekend.
Listen, I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you the guy that I see drive, pull up, and pull off every Saturday? Oh, okay. Well, listen, come Saturday out. Zaxby's is sponsoring tomorrow's Lunch and Learn.
Okay.
Is
y'all take you better be there.
You having a radio station. Just the different. I try to pull up on Clint Eastwood, pull it all up in the back of his movie set, right? Listen, I'm coming back from a meeting and I thought I seen Tyler Perry because I knew he was filming. I seen a big tall nigga. I said, oh, this Tyler Perry. I called the house. I'm like, y'all get dressed. Let's go. I seen Tyler Perry. My wife like, oh, let me get dressed. She get dressed. I go home, pick up her, the boys. We spin the bean. It's not Tyler Perry. I seen the same tall black dude. He's like, no, this a Clint Eastwood movie set. So we talk to him. I give him a couple flyers. I'm like, listen, I'm in the neighborhood. I do this. Man, you a cameraman. Come up, show up. Show the kids what a camera can do for their life. He like, well, you know, Clean ain't here. He'd be pulling up in the back, this, that, and the other. I'll pull off. I come back by 30 minutes later. I drive through the alley this time where I know they say Clint at. I pull up, walk right on the set. See Keither Sutherland. I seen the white guy from X-Men. I see all of them. And I try to tell them because I know in LA, y'all paying to film in them neighborhoods.
Right. Same here. No difference.
Y'all breaking bread but y'all breaking bread with the neighborhood, not the city. You film in LA, you gotta pay gang.
Oh, the city get paid here too?
Yeah, the city get paid, but the neighborhood don't.
No, that went so well. It depends on where they're at. If they interrupt, like if they're filming your house or they're using your house or they're using your yard, they do break off. And
but
the neighborhood associations, but I don't know how they pay in LA. So let me just put that out there. I do know
what I mean by that is, yeah, you might have to pay the house in the city and this, that, home association, all of this, but you film in LA, you pay a gang. It's a gang tax.
You're right. You checking in. Yeah. You checking in. Yeah.
It's a gang tax.
Yeah.
So I pull up no affiliation. I'm, hey man, I'm here to check in for the gang tax.
Right.
We feeding kids over here.
That's right.
Man, I don't care what y'all gave Mr. Johnson and them.
Yeah. That right.
We feeding kids over here. Y'all filming 2 blocks away from where these kids eat at for free. At the very least, y'all need to come over here and talk to these kids.
Yeah, right.
Because that's what's needed.
It is.
Because we cannot take shorts and be the laughing stock at the end of the day. We the laughing stock because we allow them to laugh at us. And I don't want to be, or I don't want to see these kids be the butt of nobody's joke.
Right.
You know, and that's social media. It upsets me seeing blacks, whites, whoever joke and belittle, and you're not playing with us around here.
Yeah.
Because I know if you come around here, you're not gonna play with us.
Right.
So it's what's needed that has to be done for us to see the potential that we can actually get, because this is still America. We can actually obtain dreams. You know, we can't let our bitterness, blind us from the reality of this is still America. And sometimes I think the left sometimes belittles us into believing that we're always who they say we are or who we feel we are, and they don't show us that we are, or we can be, or we should be, or it's that part that it may be left to us. The me's, the you's, the whoever's, the Keishas, the people who care. It is our obligation to show who's next,
right?
What is to come, and that's what I'm here for.
Absolutely,
to blow breath,
and I appreciate that because we need that breath. We need that breath. Community needs that breath, and I wish I could be there tomorrow. I have a luncheon. We have a lunch and learn tomorrow and it started at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Ain't no way I can be to the park
Okay.
and truly give to the kids and have to be over there at 12
Yeah,
o'clock.
every Saturday to November the 30th.
Okay, we gonna get together, and a few of those Saturdays, man, we're gonna see if I can get you down on River Street with them kids. I know
Okay.
some of them. I know they're going to need community service. All right, some of them in high school, they need community service. I'm the plug. I'm
My
the
son, my
plug.
my my 14-year-old son has a candy business.
Okay,
Sometimes I let him do fundraisers for ISW, but
okay,
he's on River Street quite often selling candy and waters and snacks.
okay.
Um, because I want my kids to understand how money circulates.
Absolutely, and
With
we'll do it even deeper, man. My vendors, I got plenty of vendors that be out there. We can get where they can get partnered up with some of these vendors and learn what they do, learn the process, watch how they interact with the people. And even to a point, man, we can set up, if not this year, definitely next year, we can find some type of vending opportunity for the kids where they can run it, all year long. It's once a month, 3-day weekend. They can do 3 days, they can do 2 days. More than likely it'll be 2 days outside of the summer because they'll be in school. And man, we can take this thing to a whole nother level. But I do this particularly for us to see and participate in international trade and commerce, because ultimately that is what that is on River Street. That is international trade and commerce. I have
Yes, sir.
people that pull up on that river on the boats. I be feeling like it's like an episode of one of the pirate or some old school
Yes,
situation.
sir.
They pull up on the boats, they get off the boat, they come up the dock, they walk down the marketplace, and they see what the vendors have for sale before they even go over on River Street. And then you got the international travelers that are just traveling down River Street who want to see what the locals have as far as purchasing. What do the locals have as far as entertainment? They want this. This is what they yearn for. So my mission is to be able to give them all that they yearn for. So let's get them kids down there. Let's get them to get this experience, man. We got a bull. I don't know how many of them rode a bull. We got the mechanical bull out there too. Like I said, I'm sure there's some musicians within there. The organization. We get them writing some clean music, get them recorded. Shoot, they can hit the stage too. That's really my favorite part, honestly,
Yeah.
is getting the local artists to perform on that stage and watching the reactions of people who don't know them, who enjoy their music. So many of us get so caught up and wrapped up in influencing the locals, the people who we went to school with, the people who we went to daycare with, and they ain't gonna never be influenced. But we got these people who don't know me from Adam Sam Hill, who enjoys my music, who is just standing there in amazement. I might walk over and drop something in my tip bucket, or take a picture of my social medias, or my what is it, cash apps, or whatever the case may be. That is the appreciation. Then you just got out of Savannah just like that. Somebody from
Yeah.
out of town just recorded you and shared it to their friends wherever they're from. Just like that, you out of Savannah. So, that's what that is. Now I open that up to you, and we'll talk more about that offline and get that set up and get the kids there. And I will be for sure at one of these events coming up in the park in the very near future.
Man, thank you, brother.
Ain't no problem, God. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. So I done took up a whole hour and an hour and 10, 11 minutes of your time, brother.
Man, thank you, man. It was an honor.
Man, God, art is mine, bro. For real, man. I
It
appreciate
was
that.
an honor, man. I appreciate you, man. From the top of my soul.
Already, God.
I appreciate you, and God bless you, and thank you with everything you do. Get in my inbox.
Already.
We can make something happen. Trust me.
We gonna make something happen. That's just
Man.
what's gonna happen, man. We gonna make something happen.
Man, trust me, man.
Already, God. Get to the fam, man. It was a pleasure, man. We'll talk soon. I'm about to take my belt off and whoop some ass. We talked about BRICS earlier. I got the boy.
I understand.
Ooh, boy, listen, we in trouble.
Yes.
Trouble.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, man. So,
Unfortunately.
oh man, we gonna be all right. We gonna come out of it. They say I'm gonna end this with this. They say one thing about it. There's two things that's gonna survive a nuclear holocaust: niggas and cockroaches. We gonna survive.
We been here the whole time.
We been here the whole time. We
We
gonna
been here the
survive.
whole time. Man, thank you, brother, man. Thank you.
Already, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. One time, man, brother Church Shoes, Alonzo Truitt from I Is We 501c3, man. Y'all go ahead and make sure you check brother out. Make a donation. I Is We Incorporated.org. That's the website. I Is We Incorporated.org, man. That was beautiful, man. I enjoyed that. I'm gonna do a whole lot more of that. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to do a lot more conversation like that because it's needed. And there's a lot of things going on in the city. All right. A lot of things going on in the city that I feel as though you all need to be introduced to because it's just not getting the word for some reason. So I'm going to make sure I do what I do and get the word out. I'm going to put more of the information there, links and everything will be on recradiosav.com, recradiosav.com. Check us out, man. Tell us what you think, man. Tell us what you think. All right, y'all. Let's jump into this carry-on bag because we got a thick one. We got a thick one. My goodness. Whole lot going on in the world. And I hope y'all paying attention. Because if you ain't, I don't know what to say. Let's start with this one here. So, y'all just heard me and brother mention BRICS. Well, check this out. If you know about the US dollar gets its strength from being the currency that's used to purchase oil. That's why it's the US petrodollar. Well, a few days ago, a BRICS country, or two BRICS countries, two BRICS countries basically said, screw the petrodollar. India ditched the US dollar in a historic oil deal with the UAE. That's the United Arab Emirates. Major oil nation. All right. That's my man. That's howdy. Yeah. Following the landmark BRICS expansion, which was the acceptance of 6 countries: Saudi Arabia, Iran, Argentina, Ethiopia, Egypt, and the UAE. The United Arab Emirates did a deal for India to purchase 1 million barrels of oil using the Indian rupee. All right. So India and UAE, instead of India using the US dollar in the middle to change over and give to them for the oil, they screwed them, said screw the US dollar being in the middle, and just did a direct transaction. Indian rupee for oil, oil for the rupee. 1 million barrels of oil purchased, not with the USD. That's USD not being circulated. So guys, when everybody was talking about the PPPs and all the stimmies and stuff, that was not good because we printed more money. And being that we printed more money, that's more money in circulation. That's what causes inflation. Now that money is not being circulated, it's more than likely going to get sent back over because it's not being circulated. That means it's more money in the pot, which means everything has to go up. We're about to tank, people. I'm not here for you to doom and gloom you or to scare you. I want you to be prepared. BRICS is about to put us in a whole nother situation. You can listen to people who told you that, oh, BRICS ain't nothing and the US dollar is strong and it's not going to fall. Hey, listen, You heard me and bro talking about history. History is a very great educator. I know a lot of you people don't like history, but you might want to dig into it. You might want to look into the collapse of economies, the collapses of countries, and figure out what leads to that, because we're on the way. We're on the way. Whoa. Oh yeah, that definitely just happened. Good God in the quarter, y'all. Gracious day. My dog Georgia Gert checking in. What up, brother? Hey man, if you enjoying what we're seeing and we talking about, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Got to beat the algorithm. Y'all know the algorithm don't like pro. You know it don't like pro. So come on now. Help me beat the odds. Hit the like, hit the share, leave a comment, because it's going down. BRICS now controls 30% of the entire global economy. I said it in last week, and I'm gonna say it again. That's a lie. I think it's a lot more than 30% of the entire global economy. I'm just saying. I mean, hell, it's got the freaking oil nations in it. Come on, man. Play with somebody else. We're in trouble, guys. Get your hard assets. Invest in everything that you know you need to invest in. Get you some seeds. Get you some chickens. Get you some water purification. Get you some fabrics. Stock up on fabrics and learn how to make clothes. These are skills that I believe you should go ahead and have in home. I'm just saying. I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm pretty smart at what I do. All right. So let's see. Next one. You know, we just had hurricane season. Well, there's an issue. They're trying to force us into driving these electric vehicles. Something's got to give with electric vehicles, y'all, because these things is dangerous. So something surprising can cause electric vehicles to catch on fire. Here's what experts want you to know. In rare cases, flooded electric vehicle batteries can catch fire and burn. 11 EV fires have been confirmed in Florida after Hurricane Ian caused extensive flooding. A small number, look at how he played. Listen, you got to listen to this devilistic media. A small number of electric vehicles in Florida burst into flames during flooding caused by Hurricane Ian, and the fires are raising awareness about a previously little-known safety issue for the millions of Americans who have bought or are thinking about buying EV. So check this out. This is a little-known safety issue for millions of Americans, but a small number of electric vehicles in Florida burst into flame. You see how they play with that? Little-known, small. No, you didn't tell people, so of course it's a little known fact. Now let's check out this article, right? Because this article was written in 2022, October 26. Hurricane Ian. Hurricane Ian struck Florida's Gulf Coast on September 28th. As of October 26th, USA Today has been able to confirm 11 cases. So you were able to confirm 11 cases in the span of 1 month in one state? That doesn't sound like a little known or, well, a rare case. You have a controlled situation. I want to know how many electric vehicles are actually in the area. This sounds like a major problem. And if you read into it, it definitely is a major problem because let's see. You'll say today, confirm 11 cases, EVs caught on fire in Florida after flooding from Ian. All believed to be due to the car's battery pack shorting out after being submerged in salt water or physical damage to the batteries during the flooding. Really? Who y'all? Oh no, they're perfectly safe. It's just a one-off. It's just rare cases. No. This is water and electricity. Who are you fooling? So not only is it bad because we don't have a grid to sustain the charging of these vehicles. Now you're putting us people on the coast in danger from floods. Come on, man. So even bigger question that I have, and we're going to talk about them in the very next segment. It's what happened in these plants that are built in flood prone areas or hurricane areas. The possibility of hurricanes coming through. Because, I mean, we got Hyundai Motor Group. They're moving it down the street. If you drive up 16 or down 16 to Savannah, from Savannah to Macon, or from Macon, Atlanta to Savannah, you come down 16, you see that big old mega site. You see the mega site, Hyundai Motors and LG Energy Solutions. That's for electric vehicles. They're trying to turn Georgia into the e-mobility capital of the nation. These type of major investments ultimately go to hardworking Georgians in the form of paychecks, improved schools and infrastructures, and more. So they're about to put another $2 billion right here in the 912. These battery plants, these electric cars, are we going to be safe? Will we be safe? I can't say that we're going to be safe. But we see that these floods are causing issues for these batteries. Hey, man, Daniel Defense right across the street, bro. I don't need no issues with Daniel Defense from y'all. All right? I appreciate y'all investing into the area, and hopefully y'all can step out to these real ones that's out here in these streets making a difference and share some of that wealth. But I'm going to need y'all to do some protections on that, because reading that about those electrical vehicle fires, and there's a year study right now to figure out, and they're still within that year study, because we in 2023 and that happened in 2022. Yeah, there's a year study, and it started after the floods of the Hurricane Ian. Just so you know. All right, y'all. Check this out. This is crazy. The Justice Department ain't playing with y'all. All right. First of all, I guess I'll look. I already feel some type of way about the sexual exploitation of children. There's a lot of children sexual exploitation going on, whether it's through TV, music. It's just too much, and I'm not a fan of it in the least bit. Hey, y'all, the glare gone. We ain't got no glare tonight. Come on with your bad self, bro. Hit that like button. Bust off on that share. Check this out. Here in Georgia, 26 Georgians arrested in a statewide child exploitation operation. Nearly 30 Georgia residents were arrested over an 11-day period in a statewide child exploitation operation, according to the GBI. They, along with 24 participating agencies, a part of Georgia Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, participated in an operation named Operation Sneaky Peach. Sneaky Peach. 3-month planning with investigations targeting peer-to-peer network users, sharing child pornography, undercover chat investigations targeting those that communicate with and arrange to meet with what is believed to be a child for the purpose of engaging in the naughty. Investigators use cyber tips in order to track down offenders accused of possessing, distributing, and manufacturing those inappropriate materials. And during the operation, law enforcement agencies with Georgia ICAC Task Force executed 34 residential search warrants, 3 additional enforcement actions in 28 counties across the state, 31 individuals. They got 296 electronic devices on scene, seized 281 electronic devices, including phones, tablets, computers, hard drives, and various electronic data storage devices. Sneaky Peach identified 30 kids who were residing in households where online child exploiters was occurring. 4 of those arrested during Sneaky Peach admitted to current or prior hands-on nasty offenses against children. They got people in Clayton County, White County, Clark County, Walker County, Ware County, Jones County, Fayette County, all throughout. We did have a couple in the local area. We had a guy by the name of Kerry William Wiley Lewis, 35 years of age, in Savannah, Georgia, here in Chatham County. Christopher Williams, age 37, in Hinesville, Georgia, Liberty County. And Kieran Michael O'Connor, 31 years old, Hinesville, Georgia, Liberty County. Also, Dustin Boer, 39 years of age, down in St. Simon Islands, Georgia. Y'all some nasty motherfuckers, and y'all got God. And thank God y'all got God. But, bruh, it's too much adult booty out here in these streets. Leave the kids alone. Well, now you're about to go be somebody's adult booty in these streets. Except you're not going to be in the streets no more. You're going to be behind the walls. I would say don't drop the soap, but it doesn't matter whether you drop the soap or not. They're going to have fun with you because that is one thing that they do not deal with. Nope. Oh man, what is LS says? LS says, wow, sounds a lot like that A with the G in front of it, so-called married couples who were pimping out their adopted sons. Yes, that's exactly what that sounds like. If you don't know that story, it's a horrible story where there were parents pimping out their adopted homosexuals, pimping out their kid. That shit was disgusting. That happened here in Georgia too. So that shit's got to stop. Speaking of Sneaky Peach, right? Check this out. That's a funny name, right? Well, Georgia has been having a field day with these interesting names like Sneaky Peach and Vanilla Gorilla. Y'all heard about Vanilla Gorilla? Y'all know what the Vanilla Gorilla was? From Vanilla Gorilla to Sneaky Peach, a look at the most interesting GBI operation names. The Savannah Bureau of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation teams up with local law enforcement and special operations across the state. But some of the name choices can get a little weird. Here's a look at the notable operation code names used by the GBI. Operation Vanilla Gorilla, which was an operation in July 2019. The GBI reported the work of federal, state, and local law enforcement who had indicted 43 defendants following a firearm and drug trafficking investigation in Savannah, who were a part of the Ghostface Gangsters street gang. The funny name about Vanilla Gorilla is their street gang is a bunch of white boys. So I found that funny that they call that Operation Vanilla Gorilla. Operation Sneaky Peach. We just talked about Sneaky Peach when them was getting on them sneaky, nasty Georgia boys. Nasty boys. Operation Crack the Ice. 2023, 34 people were indicted on the following charges of racketeering, gang terrorism, and trafficking meth across the following counties: Spalding, Butts, Fulton, DeKalb, Gwinnett, Rockdale, Newton, Troup, and Tatnall. Operation Rattlesnake in 2017, an undercover investigation by the Georgia Internet Crimes Against Children task force resulted in 5 arrests in Hall County of perpetrators who communicated with minors online to meet them to do the nasty. Sounds like Sneaky Beach. Operation Taking Care of Business. Taking care of business. July 2020, 11-month operation concluded with 48 men and women arrested across northern Georgia and metro Atlanta on multiple drugs and weapons offenses. Now, it's interesting that I see that there's something, and I'm not going to go in depth with it tonight, but there's a killing that everybody loves to be up in arms about, where a person got killed, and it was like, oh, they shouldn't have did whatever. They got caught up in one of these. They were already investigating them. They were investigating them, and they were getting ready to clean a street gang up off the street. There was 2 warrants being executed and 1 more to be executed, but then this killing happened and they had to call the 3rd off. But the 2 happened, and they were monitoring the 2. And one of the dummies who's a part of the case had to be, well, actually 2 people involved in the case was dumb enough to talk on the police lines. Everybody know you don't talk on them dang on phones. If you using jail ATM to put money on the books so you can make phone calls, then listen, bruh. Don't talk on that phone. Not about nothing. Hey, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. You got clean drawers? Yeah, I got clean drawers. They feeding you, baby? Yeah, they feed me. You holding up? Yeah, I'm holding up. All right, baby. I'll talk to you later. That's how them calls should go. Not, yeah, my money at the house. Yeah, man, call the trap, man. Put them on 3-way. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Anyway, that just reminded me of seeing the 48 men and women that was arrested across northern Georgia and metro Atlanta. It just made me think about this one shooting that happened because somebody thought the Jump Out Boys was there and got to shooting with them. Anyway, Operation Cage Dove Nets, October 2020, an investigation of the criminal enterprise of the Roland 20 neighborhood Bloods concluded with 46 people indicted. Caged Doves Net. Caged Doves Nets. I don't even know. Why would you? Operation Endless Consequences. Oh, damn. That's a hell of a name. September 2022, the operation tracking gangs, drugs, and guns in Butts County ended with arrest warrants for 69 defendants. Deputies confiscated tracking amounts of cocaine and marijuana, as well as stolen firearms from members of the Gangster Disciples. Damn. Man, these people don't be playing no games. And y'all be sitting back out here acting like, yo, my girl in the building. Miss Liberty. What up, Donnie? Donnie is like the face of Liberty. I love me some Donnie, y'all. Donnie is the truth. Shouts out to Donnie. Donnie the Don. What's the LS? With all this going on, one would think that Big Fanny has enough to deal with in Fulton. Hey, listen, we gonna talk about Big Fanny Pack. We gonna talk about Big Fanny Pack because I got an issue with Big Fanny Pack, and somebody tried to come at me on Twitter about what I know about what happened in Atlanta, and I don't. Man, listen, man, screw y'all. I got the right to question whatever. If y'all gonna sit, look at me, I'm the captain now. If y'all gonna tell me that I can't question a man who I know is a man who says that he's a woman, if you're gonna tell me that I don't have the right to question that, and you don't have the right to question me on me watching this woman play with Big Worm money. I seen that heifer count the same votes over and over again. Y'all gonna try and tell me, don't believe your lying eyes, and kiss my ass. As my cousin say, you can kiss my ass until you get booty juice drunk. I'm just saying. Anyway, Yeah, you would think Big Fanny had her fanny pack full of stuff to take care of, but nope. She has to play the pawn, man. She has to do what her overlords told her to do. So we're just dealing with that at the moment, guys. We're just gonna deal with this at the moment. Speaking of the feds, y'all, I'm not done. I'm not done talking about the feds. I need you to get your cousins. Get your cousins, your auntie, the homie, whoever was out here doing the PPP thing, right? I need you to let them know about this right here. Attention, all my PPP folk. This is for you. The Justice Department arrests nearly 3,200 for COVID relief related fraud. You know what? I ain't even gonna read it. We're gonna let them talk. Let's go.
Well, when billions of dollars of pandemic-related relief money started pouring into the economy, it was inevitable. Criminals would grab what they could, and they did. But now the law is catching up with them. And Fox 5 team's Dana Fowl says the Justice Department reports some of that money was obtained to fund a murder-for-hire plot.
Dun, dun, dun. I know. Well, the federal government announced last week it has charged nearly 3,200 people in pandemic relief money fraud. The government has cracked down hard on people and businesses who are alleged to have stolen the people's money, your money. In 2020, both political parties signed off on $5 trillion in coronavirus relief money. Let's run some numbers here from a 3-month summer crime crackdown. Attorney General Merrick Garland says arrests and pending investigations are connected to $8.6 billion in stolen money. In total so far, the federal government has charged nearly 3,200 defendants for offenses related to pandemic fraud, and they've seized more than $1.4 billion in relief funds. There are 371 defendants, and the Associated Press reports more than 60 of those are part of organized crime. Now, some of the cases involved $7 million in missing Medicare money. A New Jersey man stands accused all by himself of filing $124 million in false tax returns.
Damn.
One group of cases goes back to Milwaukee and a street gang there that federal prosecutors say wanted to buy guns and wanted to use that money for a murder for hire plot.
Oh, shit.
It's a challenge to get this money back once it's gone and used, but the AG's office is trying. Now, the most porous part of the money being pushed into the economy at the time was for unemployment funding, and that's where the everyman dipped in to get money that did not belong to him or her. And that could have been a couple $100 here and there, a couple thousand, maybe not millions, but a lot of people were in on it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Okay, so when they say organized crime, I mean, what do they mean by this?
You know, we all watch the stuff from the 20s.
Right.
We have this sort of idea of it, but organized crime today is street gangs. And there are those other criminal networks that, go down in the lore, but also overseas crime syndicates. So some of the money was going overseas as well.
Interesting. I mean, it sounds like they really are taking this seriously and devoting resources to getting some of this money back.
And they knew when they let that money go, they knew immediately that this was going to be a side effect. They had to get the money out fast. There weren't quite the checks and balances they needed. So this was no surprise. So they were ready and, they're trying to get it back.
Sure.
And they're making steps in that direction.
But I feel like for the rest of us, when you hear, some of this being used for murder for hire plots, you're like, this is what?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us were getting checks and things, and are we supposed to get this? Most people I know felt uncomfortable about getting some of this stuff and said, are we sure? Are we sure? But, it only takes a couple of folks.
That's all it takes.
She's not tapped in.
Interesting. All right, Dana, thanks so much.
She's not tapped in. She's not tapped in, y'all. What? They're using what? What up, P. Ray? What's happening, boo? I was off on the other side looking at the video. How you doing? How's everything up there in the Chi-Town, man? Listen, shouts out to my girl having me on Monday, man. We had some nice candid conversations on Monday, man. Chi-Town got to hear your boy Pro live and direct. Turn that thing up. I hate when the media types say you're like they not included, right? It's all about being personable, though. That's one thing you learn in media. You're supposed to make it about the one person. You're supposed to interact one-on-one with the listener. You're supposed to make them feel like it's just you and them. I kind of put that on the shelf and really just address y'all as y'all and know that there's multiple peoples. I don't do the personal thing. I address my fans as a whole, the whole enchilada. Oh man. So yeah, guys. If you know people who did the PPP and unemployment and all that good stuff, let them know that they better get their affairs in order, because Joe Biden folk coming for them. Just so you know. All right, guys. Speaking of Joe Biden folk, my folk, my people, they coming for us harder, y'all. What did Donnie say? Donnie says, are they going to go after government entities who committed? Now, you know, that's going to be up to us to go do that, okay? You know that's going to take us to have to go do. Because, yeah, they ain't going to hold themselves accountable. You know damn well they ain't going to hold themselves accountable. These niggas is the banker at the Monopoly game. They ain't going to hold themselves accountable. Oh, man. Oh, what's the deal? What's the big deal with the COVID cash hitting the block? It's not like that Ukraine money. Right. I don't know, right? I don't know. My thing is, you know, they look at Trump Trump emptied the black people out the prisons. They needed to put us back in there. And this was they way. Yeah, we gonna give you this money. Y'all know we about to cheat this nigga out this election, right? So this nigga out this election. We about to throw their asses back at y'all. Yeah, we agree. Hey, what my prison stock look like? Yeah. Go ahead, up that for me. They knew what they was doing. Just like bro said, man, Trump underestimated his damn enemy. And that's why that's the I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be so real. I want my dude back simply, if for nothing else, to piss them off and kick they ass. That's it. We're not gonna get much done. We got jackasses like Mitch McConnell. We ain't gonna get shit done legislatively. I don't expect to get shit done legislatively. I'm more so worried about legislation on the local level, especially going into this next article I'm about to show you. I'm worried about local legislation. I don't intend no real federal legislation to come out there, but you know what? It'd be real nice to see Trump go in there and really kick the motherfucking trash can over. I wish he would have did it when his ass was walking out the door on January 18th or January 19th, but he didn't. And it's okay. So I just for that reason alone, I just want to see him kick the can over. We had some good local legislation take place, at least here in Georgia. They're trying, but we got to get rid of their dumbasses too. Just across the state of Georgia, period. Just got to get rid of their dumbasses, and then we'll focus on federal. We need to get back to the basics, because they don't know the basics. I don't know if you guys seen. I'll put them up on Facebook, and I'll put them up on my Rumble. Last time I went to City Hall, I read. See, our local officials don't even know that they're beholden to the fucking state constitution. I read them their excerpts of them being, yes, you're right. It is cocaine glitch McConnell. Okay, you're right. I've been saying that all day, and then I just said Mitch, like it's not cocaine glitch. You're absolutely right. Okay, you're right. But yeah, I read the excerpt of the Georgia Constitution, and the mayor actually had the audacity to challenge me and question the city attorney as if I can't. Like, fuck you, Van Johnson. And I pray we gonna do all we can to make sure your punk ass is removed from audit. I shouldn't have said punk ass. I know you're part of the rainbow community, but I wasn't saying punk ass in that. I'm digging myself deep, aren't I? Oh well. Your ass ain't gonna be in office no more, motherfucker. Tired of you. You shouldn't have made it this 20 years. But you know what, black folk? Y'all was so caught up in, we got to get rid of Eddie DeLoach because Eddie DeLoach is a Republican. Yeah, he's a Republican. He's one of them. We got to get rid of him. And then you put this jackass who destroyed the first district. The neighborhood associations was telling you in the first district, no, Van was not the one. But y'all still lined y'all dumbasses up and did it anyway. And then you lined up and then you voted for dumbass. What's his name? Biden and Warnock dumbasses, both of them. And you knew they wouldn't do you no good. Now look at you. You crying. Shouts out to all the local Democrat officials. I ain't going to say your name today, but the friends of mine who are Democrats who voted for this man. And then, he don't pick up the phone. Oh, he don't need to do, he won't even do anything for us locally, and he won't talk to us, and it's hard trying to get Senator Warnock office. Good for your dumbasses. Good for your dumbasses. And I ain't saying that Herschel Walker was the better choice to truly represent us. I personally think that Kelvin King was the best choice. I do. But if I had to choose between the football player and the fake ass pastor, hey man, I'm gonna give you this ball. Get me to the red zone. If you could punch it, get me to the red zone. That's his job. That is his job. So hopefully you learn. Hopefully you learn. But you did vote for Kemp. Well, again, I'm questionable on that because we do know that they tampered with the votes in Georgia. Y'all could listen to them with that stupid bullshit all you want to. They tampered with the votes here in Georgia. They tampered with them in the algorithm. And they tampered with them in counting extra votes that should not have been counted. I got in a fight with Chase Oliver that caused the runoff. I don't know, Donnie. I had a few conversations with Chase. Chase is cool, but for the fight that we had in Georgia, it was definitely Kelvin. For the fight that we had, it was Kelvin because you needed somebody who could go up against Warnock. What up, Gert? What it do, pimp? My dog Georgia Gert checking in. He up there with my girl P Ray up there in Chicago, man. Shouts out to my dog up there holding it down for the Seapote in Chicago. For the fight that we had, man, it had to be the right candidate to go against Warnock. Georgia is still real divisive when it comes to oh man, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I'm glad you said that. Don't let me forget, because I did not put that in my show notes and I was supposed to. Thank you. Yeah, we're still real black versus white down here, man, and good black versus bad black and all that stupid stuff. So because of that, Kelvin King, he was the best. Warnock ain't got no wife. The only wife he got is the wife whose foot he ran over with the car. You feel me? Kelvin King, I ain't even gonna flex, and don't take this the wrong way, but Kelvin and Janelle is the Republican Georgia. Everything that Michelle and Barack is to black folk is what Kelvin and Janelle could have been to Georgia. Should have been to Georgia, and truly is. I mean, if we look at them, they've had their family. They've only been with each other. They got their child. They got their businesses together. They moved together. They traveled together. That's real deal black love. That is real deal black love right there. Warnock would not have been able to beat that black love. He's also achieved military man. He went to military college. This man is a contractor. He owns his own business. It was unbeatable. You put that man next to Warnock, you put that man on the debate stage with Warnock, it was no question at all, would have whooped his ass. Warnock did not win that election. Oh, not Warnock. Well, I'm gonna say Warnock didn't win that election, but before we even got to that election, Walker didn't win the primary election. Walker got cheated. Hey, listen, we know. Okay, listen, we know. Okay, we know, but they don't know. Okay, everybody ain't seen the Ellen video. I've seen the Ellen video. Okay, everybody ain't seen the Ellen video. I just want you to know. Okay, all right, but I saw it. But yeah, it was cheated when it came to that primary. And listen, this ain't just me, spouting off stuff. Michelle Long Spears. Michelle. Yes, the cook knows. The cook knows. The cook knows. Larry Sinclair knows. There's a lot of people that know, okay? It's just a lot of people who just don't want to accept the truth for being the truth. We're gonna go over here. I'm about to show y'all something. We about to take a little trip in the Twitterverse. There's a couple of things that I'm going to show you on Twitter. Before I get to talking about, see, I got thrown up. I love my chat, but y'all sure do know how to throw a ninja off his guard sometimes. Y'all can just throw me off my square, but it's all right. I love y'all. And I want to show this with y'all. I want to share this with y'all because I need people to know. I need people to know what's really going on around them. When we say things like the election was truly stolen, we mean that. Like, we're not just out here just talking just to talk. Like, we know that some hanky panky was done. All right. So this young lady right here, name is Michelle Long Spears. Michelle Long Spears ran for the DeKalb County Commission in District 2. Right? She actually won. She hasn't tweeted since 2022. They told her to get up off this damn account. I'm surprised she ain't nuke it. So check this out, right? June 1st, 2022. In case you missed it, after all of our hard work and your support over the last 3 months, a massive error showed our election day results in every precinct except 4, right? Every precinct except 4. She had a total of, I want to say it was 40 precincts. And out of 40 precincts, 36 of them said she had 0 votes. 36 out of 40 said she had 0 votes. To include the precinct where her and her husband votes. 0 votes. And she knows she voted for herself on election day. So look at these numbers, right? Let's go ahead and make this bigger. Can I get rid of this? Oh, yeah, there we go. Look at this. Marsha Orson. I told y'all to get y'all notebook. So write these numbers down. All right. Write down these names. Write down these numbers. Total in these numbers, right? Marsha Orson, 5226. Chad, I can't see y'all right now, but I'll be back over there in a second. Lauren Alexander, 4382. Michelle Spears, 3031. All right. Marsha Orson, 5226. Lauren Alexander, 4382. Michelle Spears, 3031. All right. We sounded the alarm with the Board of Elections, and a hand recount finished earlier this week. While the results aren't certified, we know our campaign is the front runner in this race and that we are headed to a runoff on June 21st. Michelle Spears, 6651. Lauren Alexander, it's safe to say that this is 4737. And Marshall Orson, 3928. Now, guys, as we see right here, Marshall Orson had 5,226 votes. Now it's down to 3,928. Well, Michelle Long Spears had 3,031. She's now up to 6,651. And Lauren Alexander went from 4737 to 4382. There's something funky going on in these elections. There's something going on in these elections. And I'm just telling you, as a person who experienced something firsthand in Chatham County, I know they doing some hanky-panky. They doing some hanky-panky. We're going to talk more about that in a second, but I got to hit on this other thing. Y'all always get me off my swell. But that's how I know. That same election right there, Michelle Long Spears' election, that was the same day election as Kemp and Herschel Walker. I guarantee you they did not take that election the way they did. I already know that Candace Taylor gave Brian Kemp a run for his damn money. Already know. She ain't got the super duper whole bunch of votes, but I guarantee you that election was not the way it was supposed. I guarantee you she got way more votes than what they said she got. I'm willing to bet it was places all over Georgia. I was driving across Georgia and it was Candace Taylor signs everywhere. All over rural Georgia, everywhere. Candace Taylor, and Kelvin King, everywhere. Y'all not finna tell me that election wasn't bamboozled and led astray on some BS. Nah, not gonna do it. All right, y'all. Let me get this right here, because this right here, this was really this really hurt my heart when I seen this right here, guys. Present. Share the screen. Share the screen. We're sharing the screen. Guys, they're trying to reschedule cannabis. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is recommending that marijuana be moved to Schedule 3. Now it is up to Drug Enforcement Administration to determine whether to accept the suggestion to reschedule cannabis out of the most restrictive federal category. Members of Congress, a governor, and advocates had mixed reactions to the news that HHS is recommending marijuana be moved to Schedule 3. Why they hating? Why don't they just take it off the list altogether? Why don't they just take it off it altogether? Get it off the Controlled Substance Act. Doesn't have to be a controlled substance. It's a plant. But y'all out here wanting to throw it Jesus Guns and Babies. Jesus Guns and Babies. That's my girl. Jesus Guns and Babies. Yeah. We don't get it off. It's a plant. God dang it. If y'all gonna tell me that kids can chop off their wee-wee, then I can be able to smoke me a blunt. I'm just saying. Yo, somebody sent me. Who sent me that? Was that Sis? I think Sis sent me that. Yep, that was Sis. What we gonna do? Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. Just getting my prep on my last song. That's all. Anyway, yeah, this got to get off that schedule, man. We need it all the way off. All the way off the schedule. Let me smoke my green in peace. Oh man. All right, y'all. We started talking about it. We're gonna go ahead and jump into it. That's right, my guy. Mr. Donald J. Trump. Mr. Donald J. Trump is out here acting up, boy. My boy got the mugshot shirts, the mugshot mugs, the mugshot pins, mugshot hats. My man is running the check up. Me and bros talking about it earlier, man. He is a marketing genius. And that's all he doing is he is yucking it up on this marketing, right? He is yucking it up on this marketing. Absolutely correct. The jab needs to be on the goddamn schedule. That thing is dangerous. That's a dangerous job. And you got people still lining up to take that thing. It's over and over and over and over and over. Like, goddamn, bro. You done caught COVID 4 times and you got 8 shots, nigga. You only supposed to have 3. How the hell you get to 8? Don't make no sense. All right, y'all. Check this out. This is live from Michigan. Live from Michigan. This happened. I need people to be cognizant of what's happening around them. From Just the News, Michigan police memos raise concerns about possible nationwide voter registration fraud scheme. Local Michigan police and state attorney general discovered a high ratio of fraudulent voter registration applications, investigated election fraud by forgery. Now, if you guys remember, may not have been last week. It was the week before. The week before, I was going through what happened in Michigan and this organization, GBI Strategies. I believe that GBI Strategies is connected to brain fart, Fair Fight, Stacey Abrams and them. I know that they were pulling voter registration forgery here in Georgia. I seen them doing it. If you went to a grocery store, 9 times out of 10, you seen them doing it. The people in the purple shirts. They were walking around with copies of voter registration forms and asking you to fill them out. Everybody got approached by them. You registered to vote? Come register to vote. You registered to vote? Come register to vote. Because they were getting paid to register people to vote. And she got caught up in that because I don't know if you remember doing Stacey Abrams' first failed gubernatorial bid. In the debate, she hit at Kemp, oh, you got X amount of voter registration forms that haven't even been put in the system yet. Bitch, you don't work in the Secretary of State's office. How did you know? I'm going to tell you how she knew. Because she put them there. She knows that Xerox copies of voter registration forms can be used as a last resort. And those will be looked at the end of getting everybody else registered. So she knew she knew what she was doing. And she did it. And she had them out there doing it again. But see, they hide behind black folk. They hide behind black folk and doing their dirty work so that the first thing that they can hide after, doing their thing is, oh, you're being racist. You're attacking the black woman. You're attacking black people. You're being racist. Well, bitch, if you did wrong, you did wrong. And that's what's going on here. It was a bunch of black folk with GBI who was doing this fraudulent registering of people to vote. And because they were doing these fraudulent actions, they're now in trouble. And they're not the only ones who are in trouble for fraudulent actions. Oh, no. I got somebody who got mad at me earlier today because, and I like Twitter. Just like bro said, come at me sideways if you want to. I'm not biting my tongue. I don't give a fuck who you is. You gonna respect my square. You gonna respect my square. So let's get over here. Let's go pull this video because I want you guys to tell me, right? Because this goes right along with this right here. This goes right along with this. I need y'all to tell me, yes or no, whether there is an issue that you see with what is happening here. I need to know. I need to know. It should be right up here somewhere. Okay, let's go here. Is this? Oh yeah, here we go. All right, hold on, wait. I need you to back out of that for just a second. Oh, we can go here. We can go here. All right. I can't wait. Yo, what's up, my dog? Sounds like Acorn for Obama and Biden. You're right. You're right. You're right. My dog, man, look, my folk checked in, y'all. That's my pilot right there. Shouts out to my pilot checking in. Get yourself a pilot, y'all. I'm just saying. All right, let me get to this over here. I need y'all to help me out because I don't really know. I feel like I'm a dummy. Obviously, my lion eyes don't know what my lion eyes know. So let's see. Let's see if we can get this here popping. All right, let's go.
Women that worked for about 2.5 hours.
All right, y'all.
From
Look at this.
No water main break.
Oh, you know what? We gonna unmute it. I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention, right? Nah, it happens at both desks, but just pay attention to this desk right here. Can y'all do that for me? Can y'all just pay attention to that desk? And we gonna get this right. Who's that? Oh, that's my boy Jacob. Shouts out to Rec Radio Savannah playing in the background. But this ain't your time, Rec Radio Savannah. This ain't your time. All right, let's go. Pay attention to here. Listen to the narrative.
There was no water main break at all. There was a toilet leak about 16 or 18 hours earlier in the day, leaking from the ceiling from a suite above. It was cleaned up. It had no impact on this election. The water main break pronouncement was obviously made to clear the room of all poll watchers and the media. So they were told that night that the vote count would be suspended because the water main break, and that they would resume the vote count the next morning. The next morning, everybody was stunned to learn that the people at State Farm Arena, there were 5 women that worked for about 2.5 hours from just before 11 p.m. until just before 1 a.m. Scanning ballots. And the disturbing thing about it is that there were 5 of these desks with women at each of the 5 desks. And we've labeled the first one here, kind of focused on her. She was wearing a purple top, desk 1. This is at 4x speed, so we don't have to sit there and watch, it in a slower speed. But you can see that this lady is taking the same stack of ballots. And once she runs them through the scanner, there she goes. She sticks them back in and runs them a second time and a third time. And then the lady to her right, wearing the yellow top, we've got a second video that shows that she did the same thing with a stack of ballots on her desk. And so there's ballot scan number 3 from desk number 1. One man, one vote just went out the window at State Farm Arena on the night of November the 3rd, 2020. And it's here for all us to see. This is much like going to trial with a who ran the red light case, and instead of having people coming in and testifying about who ran the red light, you got a video showing who ran the red light. Now, it doesn't take experts,
It doesn't take experts to tell what just happened. So, visitors, viewers, y'all tell me what y'all see. Did this lady count the same ballots over and over again? Did she run the same ballots through the machine over and over again? Y'all help me understand. Y'all help me understand. Because, see, people told me that I was lying and could be liable and gonna be sued and all this shit. I'm just shared the video. Hey, something. I have a right to ask a question. I think that question should be asked. Don't y'all agree? I don't know, y'all. Living in some tough times. Living in tough times. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's end it with this right here. I'm gonna beat my son up. He done snuck that TV back up. We gonna fight. Let's see. LS says, can't wait till Richard Barron, former Fulton County Elections Director, has to get on the stand and answer for the water main break. I want him to answer for that video. Screw the water main break. I want him to answer for that video. Sir, is this normal protocol? Is this the proper protocol and procedures for counting votes? Is this proper? Okay. Okay. All right. That's what I want them to answer for that. Screw the water main break. Answer for what they're doing right here, counting these same votes over and over, stacking them up again and having them count again. Answer that for me. That's what I want to know. All right, guys. Last story of the night. No, not the last story of the night. Because Trey brought up something. Where you at, George Gert? Because you asked a question. We gonna talk about it. Where you at? Trump pleads not guilty in Georgia, waives his arraignment. You know why he voted not guilty? Because of what you just saw. Because of what you just saw. Them folk and them votes up there. Former President Trump pleaded not guilty Thursday on all 13 charges in the sweeping Georgia case, alleging he illegally attempted to overturn the state's 2020 election results to remain in power. The former president also waived his right to an arraignment, where he was scheduled to hear the charges he faces and enter a plea next week. Nah, he just said, fuck it, I ain't guilty. I understand I have the right to appear personally at my arraignment, and that I have the right to have the indictment read to me in court. Understanding my rights, I do hereby freely and voluntarily waive my right to be present at my arraignment on the indictment and my right to have it read to me in court. Trump and 18 others face a combined 41 charges in Fulton County. Fuck Fannie Willis. Far-reaching racketeering case. The key word here is reaching, boy. That bitch is reaching on some shit. Sorry, but you need to look up the goddamn on video that I just showed. You need to look up the video I just showed, Fanny. While you're out here trying to say, oh, this is a lie, and he didn't really believe the lie. He just was saying the lie. Well, what about this video, bitch? What about this woman who is sticking these ballots in here over and over and over and over again? Yo, fuck you, Fanny. Fuck you. That man has the right to say he don't believe it when he's seen what he saw. And there's nothing that you can say otherwise. The water main break was a lie. It was just a urinal leak. It ended up being a urinal leak. Yeah, I know. And that's why I said that's, that's good info, but he can dance and wiggle around that. Explain this, Mr. Election Supervisor. You know proper protocol for counting votes and reading votes through the scanner. What is this? What protocol is this? Show this to me in your training guide. And he can't. And that's where you trip them up. What happens when I run the same ballot in 2 times? Tell me. Does it count it again as if it's a new independent vote? Or is there some type of marker that's put on there that says that these can't be read again? These can't be added to the count again. Let me know. Those are the questions that need to be. Listen, y'all don't want me as no lawyer, boy, because I be kicking ass. I be in there kicking ass. All right, y'all. Let's get off of this. Last thing. I don't see my boy Georgia Gert, but he asked the question about how I felt about what happened in Jacksonville. And well, I'm just gonna be pro about this situation. Everywhere I go. Okay. Everywhere I go. 34 years old. It's been that way ever since I was 18. Everywhere I go. I feel sympathy for the families that are burying loved ones. No longer have conversations with those loved ones, those lives that were ended early tragically. Condolences to the families. But I always stress, stay strapped. Keep your head on the swivel. Pay attention. Police are not first responders. You are your own first responder. It takes time for the police to get to you. You are your own first responder. You need to train. You need to get familiar with your weapon. I was talking about prepping at the beginning of this show. You need to be prepared. I don't agree with sit and duck people. And those folk in that Dollar General, that Dollar Tree, they were sitting duck people. This may sound a little harsh, but no, this is the truth that needs to be heard. 2 legal carry age people. 3, honestly, if we want to include the woman. But 2 men wasn't prepared to defend themselves or the people around them. People, we got to do better. We can't be scared of no guns or none of that. We need to train. Don't give up your guns. Don't tell them to take your guns. You sound stupid. Because you're going to be out here lacking. It's the no lacking challenge around here. Every day should be treated that way. No lacking challenge. Get training. Get right. You can join the USCCA, the United States Concealed Carry Association. And you get to a particular tier, they got training for you. They even got local trainers for you. Get trained. I've been trying to get with the local NAGA. I'm trying to get some courses going. I reached out to Marge Toure, trying to get some classes going for y'all. I can't do everything. I can push as best I can, but I cannot do everything and be everywhere. There's a lot of things that I want you guys to take advantage of. So I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep getting, reaching out for the people. Some people, I don't know. Florida has constitutional carry. They should have been armed. Absolutely. Absolutely. They should have been armed, but they wasn't. And here we are. Mourning the deaths of some people that could have been prevented. So use it as a learning instrument, people. A no lacking challenge. All right. All right, guys. This has been 2 hours and 45 minutes of awesomeness. I appreciate y'all for coming through. My dog not guilty. The plea is not guilty. The plea is not guilty. The folk ain't guilty. The only people who guilty is them demon rash. You heard me? Them folk who stole that election. Them folk who counted them numbers over and over and over again. Them people who played with the algorithm. Those are the people who are guilty. And you will have your day. God I serve sits high and looks low. And he will take care of you. Even if we have to be used as the vessel in which it is done. We will stand on everything righteous and we will handle the business. So once again, y'all, I appreciate y'all for coming through. hit that like button. Share this with a friend. If you've yet to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. And we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. Yo, I have tomorrow to all my people who may be available. Right? Let's go ahead and pull this up on the screen right quick. Tomorrow. Y'all remember that from that one movie? You know what I'm talking about. Ali Boumbaye. Yes. All right, y'all. So tomorrow, Carrie Hilliard is on Skidaway Road, September 2nd, 12 p.m. Man, we doing lunch. All right. Frederick Douglass Foundation of Georgia will be hosting economic lunch and discuss. Economics is the key to right in our community, right? Let's talk about it. Tomorrow we're gonna show The Banker, and we're gonna have a discussion on that movie after watching The Banker, and why economics is so important to our community. All right. Okay, so if you guys can swing through that, that'll be much appreciated. Skidaway Road, Carrie Hilliard's 12 p.m. lunch. We're going to start eating about 12:30. Get there about 12 o'clock if you can. That'd be pretty dope. Frederick Douglass Foundation of Georgia. We're trying to get the Chatham County interest in chapter going. So let's make that happen, shall we? Let's make it do what it do. All right, y'all. We're going to get ready to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for swinging through. I am going to, where is it? Oh, let's back up. Yep, that's this one. All right. I'm going to get up out of here, but I'm going to leave y'all with Dax and Oliver Anthony. This is Richmond, North of Richmond, the remix. I hope y'all enjoy this. This will be my first time listening to it all the way through. So let's make it happen. Y'all be good. Y'all stay safe. Share this, and let's beat the algorithm, man. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully soon I'll get my monetization up. Right now, if anybody's digging and they want to make a donation, you can send it to the Cash App. It's down at the bottom of the screen. Should be $3LSENT. $3 LSENT. YouTube and Facebook and them, they ain't giving me monetization at the moment. So it is what it is. I'm out here to give y'all this good info. If y'all want to bless the Cash App, you can. If not, I'm still going to drop this info. It's all love. All right, guys. I will catch y'all on the rebound next week. May possibly go live tomorrow. And it is what it is. Here we go, guys. Dax, Oliver Anthony, Richmond, North of Richmond.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. The Richmond, North of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
This world has changed and I had to accept it. They ask my political views while I search for their hidden agendas. I don't got an answer, I try to remember the devil divides. Pressure appears from our peers. Those arguments waste our time while helping to push their lies, so fuck political views. I got common sense. I know God made man, and the sun sets on a life where we focus on things that we cannot control and accumulate so much regret. By the time we decide to live, we're practically already dead. So I go to sleep with the thoughts of 45 years living in debt, 45 years can't pay rent, 45 years just for a pension. I'm too old to enjoy and go spend 45 years working and slaving for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I wake up and pray that it ends.
Living in the new world with an whole soul. The Richmond, North of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Descendants of Adam and Eve, who doesn't fall far from the tree. They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe. 6 to 18. Curriculum fails and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced fees that get sponsored and paid by companies. That's how they attack us. It starts with the youth. If you lie enough, you'll convince anybody the lie's the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes. Drive or drink is crazy. Common sense isn't common unless it pays me. That's the thought process daily. Look at the content we're creating. Lies diluting our brains. I'm done trying to argue out loud with these people who think that a vote's gonna bring about change. How many presidents does it take to have a life worth living? An actual comfortable wage. No more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. For people like me, for people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true. But it is, oh it is, living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, oh Lord knows